Brandon.
And I'm Brandon.
And I'm Connor. We didn't discuss this.
And I'm Jay. Wait, did we?
No, we didn't.
Oh, it's the usual thing. All right, Danny's here. What up, Danny?
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's
And
everyone
we
but
have-
Nick, guys, if you guys have been listening to this.
You know, real fast.
And I'm James, if you didn't hear.
I always mess up people's names, and especially when me and Brandon do the show, because neither one of us can say names properly. But I realize I always say Cameron's name wrong, and I was going to introduce you.
Yeah,
So, I'm just going to say it wrong.
That's not how you pronounce it.
Yeah. But James is here. James is great. So hi, James.
Hello.
Sutro Side Talk in the
He's got
corner.
it easier to
You have a nice
to pronounce
American
name.
Yeah,
So
he's a
easy
good
and nice.
American boy.
An American.
Nice simple name. One syllable.
Well, this is part of the saga that has become Cut of Steel. These are the commentary episodes. The Wonder Woman episode you could check out over at Sutro Sidetalk. By the time this airs, it's going to be like months after that. So, you know, dig through some episodes. Go find it. Some good stuff. We discuss what we liked about the film, what we didn't like, and what we would have done differently in a much more pleasing manner than we'll probably say now.
Yeah, this is the
Possibly.
chaos time.
This is typically the chaos time, but I don't have very many complaints about this film. Tonight we're watching Wonder Woman.
And if you do want to watch Cut of Steel, it'll be episode 4 for that one.
Are you saying this movie stars a woman?
This is why Danny
Oh,
is part of a
wonderful.
different
Oh
organization.
my God.
If you want to tweet at Danny and send him your complaints, you
Yes.
totally can.
Yeah.
If you ever want to just be angry at someone, just go be angry at Danny.
cheat-
Yeah,
apparently.
being here,
Danny
Danny.
is.
We just work here, okay?
Yeah. This is where all the employees just customer. There you go.
You look where I'm at. I'm like, there's nothing. There's just air where I was, and I'm just
Why am
gone.
I getting emails from our HR person right now?
Nick is
Nick is calling
shooting
you from Alabama.
Yeah.
and
He's
I'm sorry everyone that Nick isn't here today. He is in Alabama.
Yeah, the fly
So
south for the
weird.
winter.
You know what we should have done? We should have pretended that Nick died.
Oh, that'd be.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Nick.
It's just be like,
That's,
in honor of him, we're gonna watch this movie, and then
I love it
Brandon.
if it's like we do one of those montages of just like rest in peace, and it's like in memoriam of Nick, and the first one's just Nick. After that, it's random characters like Ronald McDonald and other people, and you're just like, wait, who are these people?
Nick just
it's
gets
just
a bunch of. Nick will just get a bunch of emails like, "Wait, I'm dead. What?"
It's
And
just his
we'll
Zoom
have the
picture.
picture of him and the cow. That's it. That's all I
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, just do
Yeah.
the Zoom picture over and
Yeah,
over
like
again.
the slow zoom out with the music in the background.
If you
Different,
want to
like,
help the
tints or
cow pay
whatever.
for the grave,
Gone too soon.
A transition, and then the transition's just to the same photo.
that's his wife Harriet.
In loving memory of Nick. He's not dead. We just miss.
Well,
We
you
just
can
want
tell-
him back.
You can tell how excited we are to watch this movie tonight.
Oh, yeah, we haven't started
Well,
This
guys,
is
we are
kind of
watching-
one of the better ones.
It is.
No, let's just let's start it.
We're watching it on HBO Max right now, and of course, we're doing our tele party, whatever it's called, Netflix party thing. So, Brandon, count us down.
Yes. Give me 1 second as I pull up some.
One.
I'm gonna literally beat you to the
keyboard.
ground if you open your stupid ass mouth one more time, Danny.
Hey, you sound like my dad.
Oh no. Am I his father? No, I was just looking up the article on the movie so I could just get some stuff on it.
It was then that Brandon realized he had to start paying alimony.
I love that keyboard ASMR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy
Sexy.
mechanical keyboard.
I'm actually just documenting the whole conversation. I love the
James,
keyboard.
it sounded like you said text me.
Anyways. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, as usual, we're going to count down from 3, and on play, everybody presses play. 3, 2, 1, play.
Actually, only Brandon presses play because he's controlling it. But you know, everyone, I guess, as a crowd, the 3 people that hang out with us,
Yeah.
Frank.
All right, so before we get into it, as usual, directed by Patty Jenkins, produced by, I don't even know. Okay, so I don't even know who these people are. Charles Roven. I don't even remember seeing that name. Who else we got?
The
Richard-
DC intro is great.
Richard
this is one of the
Suckle?
first times we saw
This
it,
is where
too.
they started. Yeah, this is I think when Jeff Johns kind of started getting on board.
Yeah.
This is
Because
his
they're
mark
actually
on
all
it.
in their traditional
And-
costumes.
Danny, produced by Zach and Deborah Snyder.
God
Really?
damn it, man.
Yeah, man. Excellent, excellent work.
Producers. Screenplay by Alan Heinberg. What else? Story by Zack Snyder, Alan Heinberg, and Jason. Oh, how do you? Fuchs? Is that the guy's last name?
Fox.
Like Fuchs?
Sure.
Fuchs. Fuchs.
I don't know. However you pronounce that.
Oh.
And then let's see. The movie had a budget of 120 to 150 million and grossed $822.3 million. And I'm assuming that's worldwide.
Ooh,
Whoa,
Wayne
what?
Enterprises.
At the Louvre?
Right.
Wayne is an international corporation.
So Batman Inc. is already a thing.
Yeah. I was,
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
You know what I like about this
you
movie?
like that?
It actually has color. It's not like this
Oh, yeah.
shit-stained
Oh, yeah.
looking movie like the other Zack Snyder movies from the earlier thing.
because he didn't have too
Danny,
much.
you're just so toxic.
No, I think it's the other way
He got a
around.
job doing these movies because his wife is a producer.
Going back to that intro real quick, it makes me mad that they definitely show off Hawkman and Hawkgirl,
Yeah.
and they've been not even mentioned at
I
all.
know.
Again, I'm so confused by that because Hawkman has literally been around since like 1940, and that dude just keeps getting like shoved to the side. He's just always like a character, just kind of there.
Yeah,
Martian Manhunter
luckily,
too.
luckily we'll get each of them, Hawkman and Black Adam and Martian Manhunter in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Why? There's no reason for them to be in it.
That would, I don't know. We won't get Hawkman and just.
We're finally getting them. Oh, I don't want it.
No, they don't need to be in that movie.
Well, no, they're not. I said one is in one movie, one is in the other. You know
Has
what I
she somehow been working at the same museum for 70 years?
And no one says anything. They're like,
mean? Well, no, they usually die before that. So it's okay.
how do you guys feel about how they depicted Themyscira?
I think it's
Um,
good.
Okay. My first issue with this damn movie and with
Oh
the
no.
sequel. Dude, why didn't we get like the purple healing rays and stuff like that? Like all the technological side of Themyscira could have been really cool. They could have had their Black Panther with this film if they would have went in the actual Themysciran direction. A great example, like the Grant Morrison, of course, I'm always going to mention that one. His Earth 1 series is pretty amazing because it does go back to that classic stuff. And Patty was so obsessed with like the beginning of Wonder Woman, what she originally stood for, what she meant to everyone. And we're even in this like World War II era, but we don't get what like Wonder Woman had during these times either. So my great.
I like that they picked up from George Perez's run where he has like all the he drew all the Amazons as different ethnicities from like around the world on this one island. I really like that.
Yeah.
And I love the cinematography. I love the saturated colors look really beautiful.
They do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You sure that's Zack
That is
Snyder?
true.
I mean,
That was a good choice with the diversity part because it's just that's straight up from the comics. They're not even trying
Yeah.
to do that to like appeal to like modern times. That's just
Yeah.
a thing that
Yeah.
They said they pulled a lot from George Perez's work in this movie. And I think it shows because that's like one of the best Wonder Woman runs.
Did he? Oh wait, no, he drew it right. 'Cause
He
then-
wrote it at a
wrote
certain
it.
point.
Oh, did Phil?
Yeah, he
Yes.
wrote and drew it.
Did
He rebooted it in the 80s.
Did Phil Jimenez do the run with him? Because I remember they got a lot from his run too.
I don't know.
I gotta look that up. Interesting.
I mean, I don't know enough about Themyscira from the comics, so I can't really compare it to anything, but I like that they made it all like Greek mythology style.
Oh
like
no,
that.
yeah, it's,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
like I love it because it's definitely like that land that time forgot.
The costumes are
That's-
really
that's in
cool in
terms of
this
the
because they look feminine, but they look practical, and that's the best way to do a superheroine costume.
Yeah, it's very warrior-esque and everything, and it
Yeah.
works. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, it works, but I mean,
Yeah,
this would have been a cool opportunity to get like a new kind of idea for Wonder Woman because I feel like that original type that was so talked about and what like we see in the Earth 1 graphic novel, it's
Right.
kind of totally forgotten, you know, like not a lot of people know about like the purple healing ray and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is super goofy, you know what I mean? But they have
the
an
invisible jet.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Wonder Woman has goofy stuff. And why do we gotta do flashbacks for both films? Like this one, I get for sure.
This one, I mean, this one. Well, that's we'll get to the other one when we get to it.
Yeah.
Let's keep the happiness here before we get into the dark places.
But it's one of those films that like, and I'm not saying this to be a jerk or anything, but like you walk in just being like, how are they going to pull this one off? Like it's Wonder Woman. How are they going to really capture us with Wonder Woman? Because it's just not nearly as common as some of the other people we've seen or attempts.
Also, funny little bit of information. I was working at the theater when this came out, and we had to post on like every door and exit that there is no after credits scene because people refused to like leave the theater when the credits are rolling because they thought it was going to have some sort of like hint to the next movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, guys, I would say if you ever go to a theater and you see that, most likely they're just trying to get you out and they don't want you to see the after credits scene that's actually there. They're trying to trick you guys.
Look at how cool this like painting coming alive.
Oh, this is amazing.
Love it. So
because I love Greek
cool.
mythology anyway. So
right now I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now. I'm just like enjoying this so much.
Ares looks so cool.
Oh, it looks awesome.
I think it's such a missed opportunity for the opening of Justice League when they show the gods and the Themyscirans and everyone else, like in the Green Lanterns, all joining together to fight Steppenwolf. War should have been there. I think that would have been cool.
I mean, yeah, because that one they wanted to. I guess they couldn't overdo it, so they're like, oh, who's going to be the big? And they're like, oh, this one
because that's the only thing that's going to stop men from tearing the planet apart. A bunch of naked women walking towards them out of the sea. They immediately drop all their shit. They're like, huh?
It'd work on me.
This is like the play. What's that one? Lysistrata.
So I was never really completely sure why Diana's mom didn't want her to be trained at first.
Wasn't it that she wanted her to learn first?
No, she's like actively trying to keep her away from learning how to fight because she thinks Ares will find her then somehow.
Well, it is because like he is searching for like finding out what happened to the gods and like any traces of remnants to Zeus.
Didn't he kill them all?
Ares?
Yeah.
Yeah, just showed him kill them all. Which, like, I mean, for those, I hope you already watched it, but like the whole thing is Diana is actually the daughter of Zeus, and that's why Ares would want to.
Thank you for spoiling that for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you figured that she needs to get like trained because if it's ever discovered, I guess it's just the fear of protecting your child and whatnot.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's where it's the opposite, where you're not really helping them, you're just kind of holding them back.
Man, it's kind of funny. It's kind of like video game graphics to a certain point, but it works for this movie.
Oh no, it definitely it works because it's like an awesome visual, and you don't really see that often in a film.
And it's like a flashback, so it could change tone, just like you would in a comic. You know what I mean? How they do flashbacks and like different coloring styles, inks. Like it has like a painted feel, even in comics when they do flashbacks sometimes.
Plus, you don't really see this much like saturated colors in movies anymore. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, that's true too.
Who paused the movie?
That was my bad.
Oh yeah, it paused for me too.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to put up the volume a bit, and then for some reason hitting the volume paused it. I don't know why that is.
We were in perfect sync. All right, I'm at the part where she's like holding her mom, or like the mom's holding her.
Yeah, you're like a second ahead of us.
Yeah, you're like a second.
Wait, holding her or holding her hand?
No, like picking her up and like she's hugging.
Oh, no, you should pause it for a second. Every
All
time.
right, I'm paused. Let me know.
The God Killer. That's where we are at, Daddy.
We're at the God Killer Sword.
Oh my god.
Wow, this is
this is like
I think he may have been farther ahead because we're not even there yet at all.
Man, what a cool name, the God Killer Sword.
It's very comic booky.
Yeah.
Just like very
Right,
straight to the point.
What about the part with like the paintings and everything where
Which she's looking at the sword right now.
Yeah, she's looking at the sword.
Wait,
Oh, the sword.
she's
she's training. Yeah, she's training.
Yeah. Ooh, I love seeing her get like beat up as a kid. I don't know why. It just
Okay.
gets
All right, just let me know when you get to the part where like the mom's holding her and she's like hugging her.
After
hit
she
play.
like it's mid training, right?
Just let me know.
Okay. Oh wait, she is in this too. I didn't even realize. Oh, okay, there she is. All right. I just one of the women that plays one of the Kryptonians in Man of Steel also plays an Amazon in this film too.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I believe she is also in. She's going to be in Army of the Dead. She's one of the main people. She works with Zack Snyder a lot.
It's cool. It's like the forbidden training thing.
Yeah. You left me no choice. She was bored. Wait, Danny, are you still paused?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the part where like that scene where she picks her up and she's hugging her mom.
What?
Wow, you were
Well, you're
way ahead,
Way
dude.
ahead. Yeah.
You were way ahead. Like you started
Or
at
he's
you started like
behind.
How does this happen all the time?
I don't know.
I know it's
Wait, because is she hasn't trained? Has she been training so far?
a little bit.
Okay,
Mhm.
There's a part where she's walking with her mom on like the overlooking the ocean.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, no, we're past
that's
that.
So how the hell did you get that? Wait,
Wait, what?
is Diana older?
No.
Oh, then yeah, we passed you.
Yeah. Now they're shooting arrows.
Okay, she's at arrow shooting now.
Okay, hold pause.
No. Wait. What's our time on ours? Don't pause ours. We have a show.
Oh, yeah,
now.
I'll just tell you our time.
12 minutes and 32 seconds.
There you go.
Okay, now
And
she's
now it's Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. Yeah. Gal Gadot.
All right, hold on.
So the outrage with her was insane. Super insane when she was casted.
Really? For what reason?
So my brother's problem with her was that she's like too skinny.
Yeah.
He wanted her to be like thick.
Thick and busty and everything. That's what everyone wanted out of Wonder Woman. She got
All right.
so much hate. She's
What
like,
number are you guys at right now?
13:05.
She beat the unbeatable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that earlier. You know, it's like some of the other Amazons straight up just hit her with a
She's
stick.
sword
and she
training
turns
right now,
around and
right?
throws her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's facing the main trainer. Ooh.
I do kind of agree with that. That I prefer the more like traditional Amazonian look for Wonder Woman. Like she is like real like not busty but almost curvy,
Just
big,
a bigger,
a bigger woman.
Wasn't Gal Gadot like an actual soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They probably would have gotten someone that wasn't actually as good for it, and they just wanted that look instead of actual skill.
There's a
She spent
cosplayer
3 years
who's
in-
like a bodybuilder who does Wonder Woman all the time. I've seen her Instagram and she looks. That's how I would imagine Wonder Woman. I'll send you guys a
Ooh.
picture after.
So
This-
she didn't know about these gauntlets?
Or maybe their power or something. Like,
Was she born with these?
She's always
Yeah,
like worn them.
Yeah, they came out of the womb with her.
was she?
No, she's
She
made
wasn't
out of
created by
clay.
clay in this one, right? That
No,
was.
I don't
no.
think so.
That was
No.
taken.
That was the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess as the idea of
She's like,
what
next
people were
up.
looking for. Like instead of Gal Gadot, I think some people were looking for Gina Carano.
Yeah, so they
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
want an actress. They wanted someone that couldn't act. Like that's the problem. Like they
I
were
don't
like,
know.
oh, dude,
I think Gina Carano was fine as what's her name?
as Cara Dune. That's the thing though.
Yeah.
I talked about it where if you look at her other films, then you go, oh, never mind. Because if you really look at Mandalorian, she doesn't really talk that
Actor.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that she would look the part, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
I could see where you're going with that for sure.
But like I said, I didn't get to finish. But Gal Gadot
Sorry.
spent 3 years in the Israeli military, and she also, at least in terms of ethnicity, like even though she's Israeli, it's still like a neighboring coastal area of the Mediterranean, like that of Greece, which is why it worked so well.
Yeah, and yeah, that's exactly why. Like that was like one of the biggest defenses for her too, and I love that. Is that that's Wonder Woman didn't have an American accent and all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
I'm Wonder Woman, guys.
Yeah,
I thought she's great as the character
yeah,
no,
yeah. I think she's great. It's
in
just
every way. Yeah,
the fan outrage was just so insane, and I remember
There- you know,
They got their mouths shut at the end. If you-
yeah,
fan-
for sure, yeah.
the fans, no matter what it is, no matter what form of pop culture, there's always going to be that fan base that loves to complain and
Yeah, Brandon.
get all up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Hang on, here
Brandon.
you got Chris Pine. He just fell out of a J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie.
yeah, he just fell from the sky through a wormhole.
Yeah, I think my brother's crazy. He still thinks that Gal Gadot is not a good actress. So I think she's fine. I don't know. I think he's crazy.
I remember
Especially
just
this
being
one.
upset that she was even in Batman v Superman. I was like, wait, she's making her debut as a side character?
Oh, that's a cool shot.
Yeah, that's a pretty good cut.
That is.
Yeah, I love this intro for
Yeah,
Chris Pine's
Oh.
character. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Steve Trevor.
He just
Steve
because like
Trevor, yeah.
he literally just like happens to accidentally fly through the invisibility shield. I don't know. I think that's a really cool, just like this land that's been untouched for God knows how long. Just randomly some guy finds it. He's not even looking for it.
I think as like the origin, I don't know how much better we could have gotten to stick to like the original idea.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, it works as like a World War II film.
One. How do you guys feel about her being immortal?
I'm fine with that.
Instead of-
It
Yeah.
makes sense. It makes
Yeah,
total
perfect
sense.
sense.
Yeah. I will say recently I have read one of the better Wonder Woman comics with the future state immortal Wonder Woman.
Wait, which one?
The Immortal Wonder Woman.
Oh, I haven't read the second. How is it? I haven't read the.
I really liked it. I thought it was a fantastic, short, quick story with amazing art, and I was like, yeah, like
Becky
I saw-
Cloonan, right?
yeah, with another writer.
I saw like the Swamp Thing image, and that's all I've seen. I have the issue, but like online, I saw it. and I
First issue was
sold.
really awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it. Are you an angel?
Like it's so simple, but it's like, thank you for sticking to like the origins and giving us like
Yeah.
a proper introduction. You know. So how are they able to cross? Like how are
I
They
don't think
just
there's a
stop through the
physical
portal.
barrier. It's
yeah,
just like
it's really
if you,
the. I
it
think the
literally just
gauntlets
is like a
weaken the
visual
barrier.
thing.
oh
I don't think it was a
the
barrier. I
gauntlet.
think it was just camouflage.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
camouflage,
it's not like
but the
Wakanda
gauntlets
where
kind of
it's like
weakened
the-
it a bit.
because people can go there before. That's why it's never been discovered. You
No,
know?
I could have
Like-
sworn. I don't think the gauntlets had anything to do with it. I think it's just like Steve was running from these guys, and he happened to come here, and then the Germans followed him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, I don't think there was ever a barrier. I thought it was just always camouflage with
Yeah.
like a storming sea, you know, surrounding it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's supposed to be like there's a bunch of fog, so even though it's beautiful and sunny here, you know, if you heard the Germans before, they're
Oh.
like, "Hey, like, how,
Hey, where'd
like,
this fog come
foggy-
from?
Yeah, why is there so much fog here?"
This is a pretty awesome action scene though.
Yeah, and it's also like the introduction of bullets to the Amazons.
yeah.
Oh,
Right in the gut.
I
How
thought.
crazy.
Wait, I thought she can't get hurt by bullets.
What? Amazons can
'Cause-
still get harmed.
well,
dude.
So
well, no, 'cause she's a
inconsistent with their
demigod,
powers.
right?
No, and Wonder Woman is, but not the.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
they can still get okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Yeah,
how- are
this
they
action
all
scene is
immortal?
shot pretty well.
Yeah.
Are they all immortal, or is it just Wonder Woman? 'cause
It's
she's
just
a
her
demigod?
because I
Nah,
don't.
it's just her. Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
If you
'cause I don't
notice,
think they-
Antiope, her aunt, is smiling a bit because I think she just lives for battle. She's just like, yes.
I do love
Finally an
this. That, like
excuse.
the Amazonians are such good like team fighters that they
Oh,
have
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
designed
totally,
around.
like-
They're the
working
ultimate
together.
fighting force just because they've trained together for God knows how many years and or the gods know how many years, if you know what I mean. But they've become like a full cohesive unit. Plus, they've just perfected their skills on all these specific weaponry. Like they're not advancing weapons, so they know exactly what they're using.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And like
too.
they're like as good as warriors as you can get in a way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
And
and it is, like it's awesome because of the amount of teamwork involved too.
Oh yeah.
Like coordination.
What a good fight scene. Like,
And now Diana's officially killed 2 people.
Something I like about Wonder Woman, she don't care. She'll kill
She
you.
never does. Yeah, she's like, I mean, it would be easier if we just kill him, And it's like, no, we got to keep him alive. It's like, damn it.
That's why I'm so mad that they nerfed her, like in Justice League and everything. Like she should be able to go toe to toe with Superman.
oh yeah, that's the whole thing about them. They could handle each other,
Yeah.
I wish,
that's
Oh, my bad, James. You were like breaking up like crazy.
it's so that's one of my brother's problems with the Diana in this movie. So they don't really clearly define how invulnerable she is. Because like by the end of the movie, she's like unkillable, basically. So like, why give her a shield at all? Like it kind of takes all the tension out of the going across no man's land later, I guess.
I should change there.
But you also, I guess, don't know at the time.
Yo, Patty Jenkins knows how to shoot like a pretty damn good action scene, though.
Yeah, no, really.
Yeah.
It is one of the things that makes me excited for.
I was like, this is well choreographed.
Is that her mom?
No, that's her aunt.
That's right.
Oh,
That's her aunt. And then you still had, like, of course, you had the Snyder slow motion in it as well. It was like fantastic.
So much, dude.
So good.
No, it's
it's
It
not.
just makes me think of 300, dude. Like,
wait, so Diana has a scratch on her now, so clearly she's not completely bulletproof.
Honestly, you know who I want to direct a Superman movie? Patty Jenkins.
I'm with it. I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could see that.
I'll back that.
The colors, the action scenes, I think she'd do a great job.
I forgot how good this action was, honestly.
So then
This
what
first scene
happened to
alone is better than
84?
most of the movies.
If that was the case, what happened to 84?
Good point.
You know what I mean? Like, I love this one, but like, I don't know why it's so different from 1984.
Oh, I forgot about that. He is in German uniform. Right
Yeah, he
now.
was spying. He was getting chased because he had the information. So he's good. Like, you have the couple that are just like, kill him now.
Yeah,
and the others
this
are like,
is
well, we
another
need
cool
to know
shot.
what's happening here.
Just like this, it reminds me of the Green Lantern movie, actually. Like, the whole layout.
Mr.
Also,
Reynolds, what are you doing here?
I really like the lasso of truth and how it glows in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
It's super cool.
Yeah. Not so
That was
good.
one scene I liked in Justice League when Aquaman sat on the.
That
The
was
lasso of
great.
truth. Yeah,
that
and
was
he
a good
starts
scene.
like
Yeah.
venting everything.
Yeah, we're probably screwed anyway, but whatever.
Yeah, he's
I
like-
don't want to die. I like you guys. I like having friends.
Yeah. And then he's like, wait a minute.
I don't know. I think this is definitely the best one out of the Snyderverse movies for sure.
Don't call it the Snyderverse.
It is.
It's all good, y'all.
DCU.
The Snyderverse is done. All right.
It is. But it's like
DC Extended Universe.
It's just getting started.
Superman is dead again.
This is only the beginning.
No, it's not. They literally announced that they're done with him.
no. They just don't have any future plans with him at the moment.
At the moment, until you get this new movie, and then it all begins again.
Maybe they're
They
just doing
literally
elsewhere.
confirmed that they're not moving forward
They
with
did
him.
not confirm.
Yeah,
it. Said,
they did.
Like, wow.
They confirm a lot of things, just like they confirm all those movies they announced that never came out.
Uh-huh.
So you
Yeah.
can take the word for that too, though, if you really want to.
There you go.
Classic.
okay. Let me do some searching. God.
No, he's gonna. It's not gonna matter. Look, you can look it up. It's not gonna make a difference.
I completely forgot
So
about
you're-
this. Like,
So Colin, you are literally just stupid because you just refused to listen.
Oh man.
No, you just don't understand what I'm talking about. All right, I'm just gonna say this really fast. They have announced so many movies, and they go, "Yeah, they're all still happening." When a bunch of them are still actually, in fact, dead. But you think this one's dead because they say it. When you know you can't actually rely on the words that they're saying because
Zack Snyder states that Warner Brothers has no interest in making Justice League 2 with him, even
At
after
the
completing
time.
and releasing the Snyder Cut.
Wait. That's Justice League 2. we don't know about any other movies. So there you go.
He also says his actual quote when I did read something about that. He did say, "No one's approached me at this time as of yet."
Justice League 2. No bueno. Anything else? Possibly.
Yeah, so you could take your stupid and throw in the trash.
Possibly. But no, the Snyderverse is dead though. Like in all real. Like
It's pretty much the
not moving forward
multiverse
with
now.
them.
Yeah, it's just the multiverse at this point.
But man, out of all of them, like it's weird how the Wonder Woman movie, which is great. I mean, it's not bad in general. It's not like it's good among the rest, but it's also just like a good one. It's one of the best superhero movies we've gotten. I don't know, out of DC in general, maybe at the top 3, 5, depending on your preference.
For sure.
I would say so. For sure. I'm not sure where it is for me personally, but
Yeah, I
I'm pretty
never.
sure there's more things you got to do to make a plane take off than just hop
Yeah,
in and
and
it moves.
The thing that gets me in a lot of movies is when people like chase something on foot they obviously can't catch.
Yeah.
Let me go after this airplane on the runway.
actually, that dude on the horse, he's going to
You
catch
know what-
him. I don't know
You
if
know what I
knew
like
that.
about this?
Ooh.
No CG, not a lot of CGI. There's actually things blowing up. You can tell it's real. That's the thing I can't stand about Snyder movies. It's just too much CGI.
I see what you mean. Yeah, because the first shot when all this started, one of those was real. Yeah, for sure. At the time you said that, it's like when the plane was sideways.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
like the most CG looking
It's the
scene.
most CG thing. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever you say, man.
Yeah.
Could be
But
miniatures. I
no,
don't know.
yeah, there is like some practical effects here, and it's maybe that's why it stood out so much because we got 3 very dreary movies, you know, Man of Steel, BVS, Suicide Squad, just like that palette and that tone was just so, it just felt dread, you know, like it was a villain's movie, and it was like 3 of them back to back, but this one has like the hope we wanted out of Man of Steel and the hope we wanted out of all those superhero scenes, but I mean Superman scenes. We finally get it.
Yeah, no,
Works.
definitely.
Yeah.
The color here itself, like I can't even imagine if they had dimmed the color for this, especially in the mascara itself, it would just be like, oh.
Yeah, total fail. Justice League came after this one, right?
Yes.
It's such weird.
Pretty much,
planning.
it's just like us.
No.
We've pretty much like made it so now it's in full order.
It's so.
The releases.
I don't get how we get an origin for Superman that is like super way up here in the timeline, and then you have BVS, which is a little bit further, and then you go way back in the timeline, and then you go back to Justice League, and then Aquaman takes place after Justice League.
Yeah, Aquaman came right after.
But like in the timeline too, right? Like that was all those
Yeah.
events were post Justice League.
Yeah, they only know about like at least when those dudes approach him, like in the beginning of Aquaman, they only know him because of what he does in Justice League.
It's just, and then you get an origin for Superman, you get an origin for Wonder Woman, and then you just toss in Batman, like just like in cameos. You know what I mean? Like Batman is like what Joker was in Suicide Squad. I mean,
Except we loved every single second we see him.
that's true too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, have you guys read very many Wonder Woman comics in general?
I
Nah.
read the
Let me see.
Brian Azzarello. I think it was.
I heard that one was really good.
That was a really good run.
The one with what's his name? What's that artist? He does Paper Girls. Do you know who I'm talking about,
Is it-
Brandon?
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Ah,
Is it
God damn
Cliff?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay. Yeah, but I read that. I also read some of the.
For Brian Azzarello's, that was the artist for it, right? That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
okay.
we're saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that
let's-
was that same artist from Paper Girls.
Yeah, it is. I like how I said Paper Girls artist and freaking Google gives me Brian K. Vaughan. Good job. Cliff Chang.
Cliff Chang. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never read it because I'm not a
It's
Brian
really good.
Azzarello fan.
It's a really the full run. I read from start to finish. It does a really interesting job of kind of taking a new take on things, like the new designs of the Greek gods. They introduced some of the new gods, like Orion's in it a lot.
Wow.
Is actually
really?
really fun. Yeah, no, it's honestly a really fun story that's just kind of standalone, just because when they go to Rebirth, they kind of disavow the whole thing and go like it's not canon or something. Like they literally go like, oh, that whole arc was actually a trick on Diana. You don't even know it.
Hold on, sorry. We just got to the scene where he thought she was talking about his penis.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, you mean my watch?
He's like,
I'm above average.
He's like, I'm above average, you know. And
I mean,
like,
hey, she's never seen a man before in her life, so
the way he
this is one of
talks
the
about it,
coolest things
though,
that works. Like this whole like sexual tension moment is like it's so well played because
it's because it's well written.
And there you go.
It's like she's
It's
into
so
him, but
full of
it's also
hate.
like
Oh
an
my
innocence, I guess,
It's
because
just-
she's just like curious.
Yeah, and I like that that's a good main character to have, someone who is naive and you can learn through her eyes, you know,
Oh,
about
there
this
you go.
universe.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
it's just Chris. You just have Chris Pine there, just with his crotch hanging out. He goes,
Exactly.
"Oh, you know, it's just
So,
sorry.
right over there. Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
Chris Pine, he's
You
pretty
mean a
beautiful.
watch?"
He's pretty beautiful.
Oh my god.
But you know, the thing is, Superman could have been that kind of character for us. He's from another planet.
Yeah.
You know, that could have been another good character to really expand this universe.
Would you have rather this story or like a Superman Wonder Woman movie?
I'm telling you, and whenever I write it with Danny, you should have made a Trinity movie.
No. Like this movie or just like a Superman Wonder Woman.
This
That's
movie.
what we get.
this.
I'm not really.
Yeah.
I would rather have do the standalones first. You can do team ups after. Just establish them, and then have the movies where they meet up and do all that kind of stuff afterwards.
Plus, there's only one movie or story I could think of where Superman and Wonder Woman really team up, other than all the times they kind of, together.
Yeah.
That was a pretty common in the post-crisis. They were hooking up a lot.
Well, that's what
But-
I was thinking of. Was like
Yeah.
a romantic like Superman Wonder Woman movie instead of a Steve Trevor
Yeah.
romantic.
there's-
I honestly, personally, wouldn't have cared for that.
There's one. Well, Comron, you're wrong about everything. Anyway, but
Get it, Danny. You want to see God's fuck? Oh my god.
maybe
Dude, they got boned
Imagine
so
that.
hard.
We
There
could have
is
had a
a-
god sex scene.
You
like,
perv.
on,
Oh,
like,
they could have
Oh,
moved mountains.
okay. This is gonna be a tangent, but has anyone seen the scene from Smallville when like Lana Lang got like a bit of Superman's powers and they're like, holy shit, we could bang for the first time ever. And they caused
What?
like earthquakes inside Smallville.
I didn't know that.
Wouldn't
It
that
was
kill
so
her?
There's a tremor.
No, because she got like, it was like, there was like a lightning strike while she was holding a piece of kryptonite. So she got like part of his powers or whatever.
Oh my
And
gosh.
They had to figure out a way to give him his powers back because then he couldn't save the day or
It's a
whatever.
great way to transfer power.
But for one day,
what
they
a
were like,
CW move.
we could
like,
bone.
I know.
It's
But
kind of
the
like
one time we could get
if you
him
think
laid,
about it,
let's do
they
it.
kind of take that All-Star Superman where he, for Lois's birthday, he gives her his superpowers for a day, and she gets to be Super Lois, which is
Oh,
like a
yeah.
fun little thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
good call. Damn,
But,
you made a
um,
Grant Morrison reference that I didn't make.
The
Yeah.
only Superman
Shame on
and Wonder Woman story I could think of, though, is there's one where Maxwell Lord, is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He puts Superman under mind control, and Superman thinks that Wonder Woman is Doomsday and that he
Yeah.
saw her kill Lois.
Oh,
So he
yeah.
goes hardcore on Wonder Woman, and she's got to find a way to take him down.
That's all pre-Infinite Crisis, right?
That
No,
that
it's-
is no
it's
that's
post-
no, it's
post-crisis.
it's pre-crisis.
But no, it's post-crisis.
It's pre-crisis. It's before Infinite Crisis because it's one of the lead-ups. It's part of the OMAC storyline
And
that
we're
leads up into Infinite Crisis,
Oh.
and afterwards they all separate.
Okay, well,
So-
you need to be specific on which crisis
I
we're
know.
talking about.
I-
we
There's
said
lots of
we literally said Infinite Crisis.
I said Infinite Crisis.
and
I
either
know.
way, that's still
But
pre-crisis.
nobody says pre-crisis when referring to pre-infinite crisis. They always say pre-crisis and before
Crisis on Infinite
before-
Earths.
Yes, the stupid
man, Spider-Man's such a bitch. He just like sticks to walls. Wonder Woman can
Grip
fucking-
them.
I know
Right.
it's intense. Anyways, how she beats Wonder Woman is how Wonder Woman beats Superman is she throws her tiara and slices Superman's neck open,
Oh, that's
Damn.
right.
and
yeah.
then the book ends with her pretty much twisting Maxwell Lord's head all the way around and-
Mhm.
and breaking
Yep.
his neck.
right after
my
he kills
God.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's what starts the first like big splinter in the Trinity that breaks him apart for a bit.
Yeah.
But it's so
Dude,
cool
it's
because
such a
she's
good-
just like, oh, it's cool. He's like, I'm sorry, I tried to kill you. She's like, oh, it's okay.
I took care of things. And And it's like, oh, that's what you meant by take care of things. Yeah, but also if you ever wanted to know like a Superman, Wonder Woman story, I'm sure you could read a book that is, I think, called Superman Wonder Woman. So that might do it too.
Is it any good?
I have no idea. I didn't read it.
Is it weird that they?
All right, so I was gonna say I read some of Greg Rucka's Rebirth Wonder Woman, and
I heard about that.
that was the one that came out like bi-weekly when it had two different artists and two different timelines that were gonna like
the origin and like the
current day one.
Yeah.
And then I read and Brandon's gonna hate me for this. I read some of the Grant Morrison one, and it was okay.
It's very much just like an origin.
Yeah, it's
I only read the first volume.
How do you say his name? Yannick Paquette.
Yannick Paquette.
I'm not.
Yannick Paquette. Yeah, like the art's amazing. And the second book, I got to reread it. I don't really know how I feel about it. I read the second volume and I was like, okay, the first one's better, but I think I remember it liking the first volume more. But I got to go through it all again
because she's terrible. Like,
I haven't read two.
Away.
Yeah, she's totally sneaking away.
And then 3 comes out. I think. Well, this.
She's like, you can't stop me, Mom.
Yeah.
I do what I want, Mom.
And I think and I've read Trinity by Frances Manapul, which was pretty good.
Really?
Is that the
I
one
was
where she leaves Batman hanging in Crime Alley by the lasso?
And that no, this is the one where they're in their nightmares or whatever.
You're thinking of the Matt Wagner one, aren't you?
Yeah, that's based like in year one, like right when Batman
like
and Superman
Ra's al
first
Ghul
appear.
was like the enemy and all that type of stuff.
It's when they first meet each other pre-Justice League.
Isn't it that Batman finds her by like, he like drinks the water or something, or he sees her and he like has a weird spell where he's like, "Oh my god, you're beautiful," and it's just like,
and I remember that one Joel Jones, Tom King Batman where
so good.
They go fight for like 100 years in that altered timeline to give that guy like 2 hours with his wife.
Isn't it the fight is everlasting?
And he's immortal and he's always fighting.
Yeah, I kangaroo. I miss my kangaroo.
But it was decent. I don't know how I feel about like Wonder Woman Batman romance personally.
Really? I think it's interesting.
It's interesting, but I don't know. I never liked the forced Superman Wonder Woman romance.
That one always did feel, I think for me it's just because growing up with Justice League, you kind of got like it just kind of groomed you into thinking that way, and then the comics at the time, at least pre New 52, they also kind of went that way as well, where it's like, oh yeah, no, they totally have a thing sometimes, and you just get that idea from it, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and that's how that happened for me.
I could see her going with Batman more so than Superman. Like Superman could take each other and they could handle some stuff, in the relationship. But like the fact that she loves, like a mortal man and is attracted to this mortal man. Because it's Batman, you know what I mean? He has to be like an elite.
Well, he's a little bit more than
was
human.
Like her first, Steve Trevor was like the first guy she fell in love with, and that's why she's so passionate about him. But like this other guy is like what she wants. Plus, if Hades is her dad, it's kind of like going for some of that whole angle. Batman,
the daddy issues.
Yeah, daddy.
Oh no.
See, the thing was like the Superman and Wonder Woman relationship. I think it worked better in Post-Crisis on Infinite Earths. Make that clear to Kamran.
I mean, there's like 4 different crises, so you can kind of be more just, say it correctly next time.
Oh, thank you, Kamran. I didn't realize I was that stupid that I didn't. You know what?
Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I love how I was the one that made the mistake and Danny's getting in trouble.
Yeah, I know, right?
Story of my life. Anyways, so I like it that's kind of, they're just young and they maybe like have an on and off again thing until like Superman ultimately settles with Lois or whatever. The thing about the New 52 one is it just drug on for way too long.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like how hard they pushed it.
They fixed it by killing him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's dead.
I was just like, oh, okay, so if he maybe starts out with Wonder Woman and then moves to Lois, that's fine. But then it's just like they kept it going and going and they pushed it so hard. So,
I'll also say too, though, when it comes to those love
you are
too,
you're right
like
about that.
Superman and Lois just feels much more like in line where they're kind of like an unconquerable couple.
Yeah.
Whereas like at least with Batman, the man, it's like the whole thing is the tragedy of like, oh, he like there's never one. Like you think it's Catwoman, you think it's Talia, you think it's Zatanna, you think
it pulls
like
a different woman every night.
Yeah, it's like all these different ones each time, and that way, that's the reason too why it would make more sense with him and Diana than like Clark and Diana, just because like Lois is there, and at the end of the day, like.
Sorry to butt in. I was just gonna say I didn't realize it takes almost an hour for her to get off the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
this
okay,
is
though. The scenes that we get are bad.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's just like I didn't realize how long it takes.
I will
and
say
also
oh, sorry, Brandon.
no, I saw this movie like twice. I saw it when it came out in theaters, and then I saw it when I got it on Blu-ray. And it's one of those movies that's paced pretty well. Like you don't realize how much time passes because it doesn't feel like it's dragging on.
Yeah, exactly. Like they feel
just-
like acts, you know. We're going into Act 2 at this point, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a
makes
movie
sense.
that doesn't feel like a bunch of scenes thrown into a blender.
Yes, there you go. The first one we've seen in a while, right?
flows.
Like,
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah,
Flows
you actually
nicely.
kind of the plot almost seems kind of like you're almost in like Chris Pine's shoes or what's his name,
Both
Steve
of them.
Trevor's shoes,
I think
where
both
he's
of
like
them.
you're gonna go into the war because the God of War caused it,
Yeah.
and it almost seems like it wouldn't be that, but then it turns out to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only nitpick I have so far. And she's just like, it's Ares. I know it is. I'm just like, okay, that's kind of a big leap to make.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost hard to believe like that's actually what it is.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab food real quick. I'll be right back.
all right, cool.
So
Tell me everything
to-
that happened when I get back.
back to the relationship stuff for a second. I saw like a news blurb the other day that like Zack Snyder toyed around with like at least I think it was Zack Snyder
Lois
toyed
and
around with
Bruce, yeah.
Lois and Bruce love angle. And I was
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it would have. I think it could have
It
worked.
would have made it
Well, no,
really awkward when Superman comes back and it's just like, "Hey Lois, why are you with Bruce? Huh? What
No,
happened?"
it felt like the Batman Superman like animated series kind of like
Exactly, that's
hookup,
what I
you
was
know, like,
exactly thinking.
Bruce
That was
shows
the
up.
first thought in my face.
yeah, Bruce
Go
shows
ahead.
up and Lois is like, oh my gosh, like look at this guy,
Oh,
and
really?
she just heads over his heel. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
okay.
whole thing. Like she finds out that Bruce is Batman way before she finds out Clark is Superman.
yeah, and they totally banged in that movie.
Oh, they told. Oh my
Yeah,
god, they totally did.
Yeah. And then like she goes back to Superman. You know, that is something they do with a lot of these girls though. And Wonder Woman is one of those characters where it's just like, why is she dating this person now? And like they turned Harley Quinn into that. Like they always do that with these girls where they're just dating all over the place. Like I wouldn't be surprised if she hooked up with Dick Grayson at some point. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait,
Well-
Diana?
yeah,
You know who did hook up with Dick Grayson?
you.
No, that's Cameron's dream.
Bruh.
But and I didn't really think it worked. Was Harley Quinn?
Yeah, dude, in
what?
the movie, remember watching?
Yeah, and I was like, why are they doing this?
Threw me
Why?
off so hard. We'll do the commentary on that one at some point. But like,
Yeah, I didn't like that
Man.
movie too much, honestly.
no, it didn't vibe very well. There's like a fart joke in the Batmobile. Like,
Yeah,
Come on.
but
I think they got a little too meta with themselves when they made it.
yeah. Well,
Because that was Bruce Timm, right? That was
they did that with Barbara.
I love how
Barbara
she just
Gordon
said
is
like
probably.
my people
talk
deep
about that
and
one.
unnecessary.
When it comes to animated stuff, I don't want to talk about Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, man.
She's
No,
like,
even
they're
in the
fun, but
comics-
we don't need them.
Even in the comics, they did that to Barbara, which is
No, I
I
unfortunate.
do kind of like the red herring that like this guy's definitely supposed to be Ares the whole time.
Oh yeah.
What?
The red herring, like this guy's definitely.
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah,
Ares.
yeah. I didn't hear red herring at first, and I was like, "Huh?
My
What you
bad.
talking about, Willis?" No, for sure.
Wah.
Ooh,
He was
Dang.
just promoted.
That's how corporations save their money.
Dude, exactly.
I walk in on this guy just shooting another guy in the face.
Dude, I love
Feels magic.
what's her name? Is it Dr. Death?
No, it's Dr. Poison.
Dr. Poison. So cool. Like for just a Nazi scientist, like, and I don't know, it just
to
works.
be named Doctor
Oh, it's a little
Poison.
bit early for
Yes.
Nazis.
I love it.
Yeah, you should meet her husband, Mr. Murder. Good time.
Is that a thing?
No,
Oh my god!
But it could be.
I
If it was
wouldn't
like-
be surprised.
if it
I
was
wouldn't
like
be
the
surprised.
40s, you
Have
bet
you-
it would be.
Have you seen some of the names of comic book characters back then?
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
during this era, it would be.
That's how isn't that how they got Condiment King in the first place?
Basically.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget about Killer Moth.
Killer Moth is still around, I think, too.
Killer Moth. I mean, he worked for me because of Teen Titans.
Polka Dot Man.
I don't know
Like,
why, but I love Man Bat as a name. Just because
I know, yeah.
like,
It works.
well, we
so
already got a
well,
Batman.
yeah.
What do we call him? Oh, how about Man Bat? Oh, this also.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
like,
about
this
this.
is definitely
Yeah.
supposed to be like, giving Ares some of his powers, but it's not. So, like, what's happening here? Neat.
So
Yep.
cool.
My super serum.
Was there like a Wonder Woman? I'm sure there was, and we're just not. We're just not well read enough to know. But if there is like a Captain America like total spin-off, like in a Wonder Woman story arc, where it was like their super soldier serum that goes wrong and all that, and they just rip them off.
Oh, just are you saying like they did it first, like in one of her comics, and then you had like that Captain America happen? Or
did she come first, or did Captain America come out first?
I think
Captain.
he did.
Cap did. I'm pretty sure
Captain?
Cap did.
Yeah, they made
Captain.
really good time
Let's
sailing
just,
from Greece to.
Damn, me and
London
Danny are
in,
going
like,
up
a night?
against Cameron and Brandon. Dun, dun, dun. Who
Huh?
knows more?
What?
I think she's like
no,
the
I'm
year
just looking it
after.
up. It's not even knowing it. We have to find out now.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
1941. I think she was.
Oh wow, yeah, because she's
yeah.
42.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's like I knew she
What
came
is-
first.
That's surprising.
Damn. Well, I wonder if they copied the storyline. Like they saw Captain America come out, and then they did a Captain America kind of story.
Maybe there's a chance. Yeah.
Dang, that's
They're
crazy. She
different
came out
enough
first. That's really interesting.
They were all war heroes back then, in a way,
Mhm.
anyway, for like propaganda.
What's funny though is that the very early Wonder Woman issues, notice she's always tied up
Yeah,
That
it's
was
like missiles and
all the
stuff.
time.
That
Brandon,
was,
we learned that in
yeah, we went through that kind of with that one podcast episode.
The guy
Yeah.
was really into like the BDSM
I love this.
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
as soon as they made Infall, she's like, okay, we're going to war.
I forgot if they do that. I think that's something I don't know. Oh, I forgot she's still in her Wonder Woman outfit.
She's like, oh my god.
So how would she know a baby? Like,
Yeah,
if she's
what?
from-
I think like they know stories of it, just like they have all those different paintings
Okay.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
they probably
That makes
just hear of the world
That's why
and
she's
all that.
so excited too. She's like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
wow.
That makes
Just
sense.
like first time she sees a man, that's her first time seeing a baby.
It's like the Little Mermaid, but good.
I don't.
Why?
I
What's
don't.
wrong with you?
Yeah,
I don't like that movie.
I haven't seen that movie. Like,
Oh, it's Aunt Hilda.
Yeah. We're going backwards, Brandon. Diana, there you are. Your Aunt Zelda's been word sick about you.
My niece has been crazy lately.
Where's
going
your
off
cat?
going off to hell and whatnot.
I hate that line because it's like unless she's not being paid, she's not a slave. I don't know. It's like not a clever line in my opinion.
I can see what you mean there.
How would you know, James? You're not a woman. You're not a
I
secretary.
guess that's fair.
Maybe she's getting paid slave wages.
Ooh.
Fair enough. I didn't think about that. This is like 19th century England. It kind of sucked for women.
I mean, I
No,
think
18th,
any time,
20th century.
any of those times, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has she not worn heels before? I thought she was like.
No,
Were the
she got
Amazonians
boots.
not wearing heels? They were all
Oh,
wearing
she's like
straight up
testing
boots.
it for like.
Yeah,
whether she
yeah.
can
Why
fight.
would a bunch of Greek?
Because in the
ancient
comics, I
warriors-
would again the comics. I imagine they wore heels.
Yeah, the comics. It's not the best example when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah, I
It's
can
a bunch of
see
dudes
her.
drawing it, being like, "They have heels, right? That makes sense." And
Yeah.
it's like, "What do you talk? What do you mean? Why would?"
Yeah.
Why does any of that make sense?
Why do you think they could run like that in those kind of heels?
Dude, that's always honestly been a pet peeve where it's just I look at I'm reading something and I just see the heels there and I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. Why would you draw that?
Honestly, this whole like part, it doesn't feel, it still feels like a superhero movie, like that's the thing, it's so different and it's so, it's very human at this point.
It's called character development.
It's also because it's,
she's lost the sword shield.
I think it works because it's like more of it's more of a period piece than it is like regular superhero film that you'd find in modern times. Because like everything else is like all pretty much practically modern. Like you kind of feel the same way when you're watching Captain America: First Avenger, because it's like, oh, it's just dude just fighting Nazis in World War II. It just feels like an awesome action flick, not necessarily like a superhero flick. Actually, now that I think about it, none of the Cap movies feel like superhero movies.
Well, it's like, I wouldn't have a problem with Wonder Woman 1984 being set in 94 if they had a reason for that.
But they
we didn't talk about that movie. We didn't talk about that movie. She's like, oh, there's so much pressure behind this. She's just like, it's going to be a while before I can get to the office.
And that all works so well that Snyder hasn't been able to do that yet. I'm sorry.
What?
He hasn't pulled off like a movie that's just like, man, how long has it been? Because it's already been almost an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He hasn't.
Yeah.
It's true.
52 minutes.
Well, at least in these, like, for superhero wise, in terms of these two, like the two movies he's done.
Yeah.
His best directed film is Dawn of the Dead. I said it.
I want to rewatch 300. It's been so long since I've seen it.
It's on the list.
That's like the first time Brandon and I hung out outside of school.
Yeah, it was when we watched 300. We saw 300 in theaters in IMAX.
In IMAX.
Yeah.
Remember what I did at the end?
I don't remember. It's been like 15 years.
I got up and was like, Persians win.
Oh my god. He just yells it in the
I did. I was like, Persians win. It felt pretty good, honestly.
We got to flash a picture of you whenever this pops up on the episode, so people know what you look like.
Thanks.
You went for a headbutt?
Yeah, I know. Like,
hot.
Especially with that hat.
Yeah. How did it stay on his head?
You gentlemen are in the wrong decade.
This reminds me so much of the Superman scene from the Christopher Reeve movie where he catches the bullet. It's a nice callback.
That's a good callback compared to...
I forgot about that. That is a really cool callback.
That's such a nice hit. He didn't even damage his glasses. He went like below at the nose.
Like the only thing that got shot off of her was her glasses.
No, they fell off
for a second.
It's so nice watching a good movie, isn't it, guys?
Right?
It's like our first commentary.
I just keep enjoying myself besides the last time.
It's just like the first movie we saw, Dark Knight Returns. We were just like, dang, I'm so sorry, guys. I wanted to say more, but this ain't bad right now.
Dude, I was trying to think of stuff during the first battle. I'm like, I need to say something, otherwise you're just watching.
It was just dead silence.
That always happens when we watch like decent films on commentaries.
What was the last decent film we saw? That was
Dark Knight Returns.
But how does everyone? That's the thing, though. How does everyone else do like actual commentaries on films that are pretty great?
Well, commentaries are typically, it could be anything. That's the thing.
Well, exactly. It's typically the creators and the actors. And
yeah, like
Can I just say too that this cheeseburger I'm eating is amazing. Oh my god,
I'm so hungry.
So this movie plus this cheeseburger, I mean, this is just a great combo.
Actually, I might.
I'm happy right now.
I'm starving myself, guys. I might be right back.
What's his face from Harry Potter, huh?
Professor Lupin.
Yeah.
I'd love it. I'd be in there in that room, be like, "You don't understand. He's."
I love they're like, oh my goodness, a woman is in this room.
What?
They're all just like, white men.
Not even the queen is in here.
Well, I never.
I'd never. Do you think fish and chips were good back then, or is it just like... I'm just curious.
They probably were because they were made with stuff that's illegal nowadays.
You know that'll kill you, right? Huh?
What?
Dude, it
What
was
do you
better
mean?
when everything was made of
Poppycock.
cocaine.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Man, that guy is just awesome. Like, he's cool in the Harry Potter movies. He's so awesomely British. He's one of those guys. It just works. Whenever there's an American film being made that needs British people, they call him. You know, I've only seen this movie once. I saw it once in theater and I was like, that was really great. And I just never watched it again. I think just like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to corrupt it. Like, if it was good.
I think this might be my second time watching it. I'm honestly enjoying it a lot more this time. I don't know why.
This is my first time really watching it, so
Really?
yeah.
Why? Why didn't you see it before?
I
'Cause you're
don't
Danny.
know.
You're Danny, that's why.
Yeah.
So disillusioned from the rest of this movie series.
It stands out. Like, I'm so glad, like, you know, even if like the whole Snyder, we could say it now, and since Cameron's gone, even when the whole Snyder thing failed and everything, like this, they were able to be like, you know what? We can continue this one. Like, this one still works really well. And that just shows how good I mean, of course, 1984 did other things to this, you know, series, but it just shows how good of a film this one was.
It was also, and like in comparison to everything else, especially. Like, it's a good movie, and then you watch it with everything else, you're like, oh, this is definitely a good movie.
Yeah.
See, This thing is too, if you look at the historical context behind this, the whole plot for the villains is actually really good, finding a way around the gas mask.
Yeah.
Because that was the last war where we had chemical warfare, and mustard
Yes.
gas is one of the worst ways to die.
Yes.
It sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, like you literally die and you're drowning in your own pus.
Well,
So-
it literally dries out all your mucous membranes.
Yeah.
So-
And
Wow.
doesn't it blister up your lungs and you just like drown and it starts
Basically, yeah, like
blisters start
everything-
popping?
Everything inside you that's supposed to be wet dries out and cracks, and you just pretty much choke on your own blood and stuff, I
Oh
guess.
my gosh.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it's one of the
That's
worst
brutal.
ways to die. So it's like, and the fact that the plot to the villains is legitimate in this, that they're trying to find a way around the gas vats because they're Nazis.
And that's awesome. Not that
Interesting
they're
science
Nazis.
fact. Because there was like a lack of masks back then, soldiers found out that you could somewhat protect yourself from mustard gas with a urine-soaked rag, because the ammonia in it reacts with the chlorine gas or
Oh,
something.
wow.
And
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. It's crazy. Wow. That's
That
our
is
lesson for
crazy.
today, guys.
Chemistry's
How-
fucking cool, dudes.
Save yourself from mustard gas.
Don't worry, it's illegal now because
Yeah.
there's rules in
So-
war.
Did people like piss on their shirts and then wrap them around their face?
Basically.
Dude, I can't like pee under pressure
Like,
sometimes too. Like,
If it's
I would
between
just be-
It's
can't
life
be
or
under
death. There's
pressure.
gas coming, and you're just like,
He's like, don't look at me, guys.
yeah, I'm like,
If it's between me dying like the world's most painful death or peeing, I'll pee.
I don't know, man. That makes me nervous. Like, that's
I'll be
all the
staring
pressure,
Brandon
like-
down.
Oh,
Brandon, pee on yourself now. You must pee on yourself. He's like,
James, do you notice Lord Commander Mormont
Huh?
from Game of Thrones? The guy that she was talking to just now. That was the
The British
was
dudes? Oh.
yeah. He's also in Troy. Actually, he's like one of the main
Huh.
Trojan generals.
You know, when I did first see it, I thought the whole Ares thing, I was just like, no, like, and I think that's what the whole point is for us to think she's kind of dumb and like crazy. And
and then you get to the end of the movie, like, oh, she was right the whole time.
Yeah,
I
And
like
I-
that you can kind of tell that guy who turns out to be Ares knows it's her.
yeah,
Knows who she is right away. You can tell.
The truth is out.
Also, mustard gas led to a type of anti-cancer drug because they found out it's like a really good mutagen.
Oh wow!
You know what I
I
just
did
remembered?
not know that either.
That's crazy. That's a good fact.
They basically
the
they had
pros
to
and
figure
cons
out a
of-
way to they had to figure out a way to make it less lethal, but still lethal enough to kill cancer cells.
Dang. I'm just gonna
Brandon,
title this episode "The Pros and Cons of Mustard Gas."
Right. when I mix up this, when I create this mixture, I should have ice. Oh no, poison mustard gas.
Joe Dirt.
No, you, dude.
He didn't save us.
Easy.
He didn't save us. That guy did.
It is way easy to make chlorine gas, actually.
Breaking Bad showed that.
Yeah. It's also like you can't search that stuff up or you'll be like under watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even want to mention it here, really.
Yeah, you're gonna just get everybody like under watch now.
You have a science background, don't you, James?
Yeah, I got a degree in biochemistry, and hopefully I can call myself a real scientist someday soon.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you
so we
know.
got a legit scientist telling us about mustard gas. This isn't like Five
But I'm
Guys.
also-
But then Cameron might screw us over because his,
Weird, my mic doesn't want to mute.
Oh no, you're good. Cameron was like talking.
No, sorry.
Oh, hey.
I was saying,
Did you guys get a cannot play title?
no, it's still playing.
No. Oh, refresh it. No, I'll just refresh my screen real fast.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, try not to talk too much gas while I'm here. Like, it's not good to have the Middle Eastern guy, even if
Yeah.
he's not talking about it. They'll associate him and be like, "Oh no, not
Yeah,
again."
I didn't want to directly say it, but
I don't know. I find chemistry and biology stuff like fascinating. So my
I
mind
find like
wanders just
historical
that.
stuff like that fascinating. So
are they talking? What are they talking? It was captions right now, right?
Yeah, we are
Guys getting
seeing
punched?
the Irish dude go
Scottish
nuts.
I think, or is
an
he?
Irish dude drinking whiskey and fighting in a bar? Never seen that before.
Oh my god.
He is like one of my favorite characters, but I also have a little bit of problems with him later.
He's the sniper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just
but he's
said he
like-
was.
Yeah.
So shell shocked that they're like, "You got to take the shot." It's like, yo, dude, this guy is fucked up. Like, maybe don't push him.
Should I say, I wanted to say something about how this movie just takes a giant shit on the way they write women in movies these days in a good way. Should I
How
save
so?
that for tomorrow's podcast or talk about it on here?
I'd say save it for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, more ammunition.
I'm talking a massive shit. Huge.
Yeah, just let it fester and stew there, and then
Yeah,
lay it out
yeah.
for everyone.
Let it be.
Yeah. Quite like the shits you take. Just let it sit there. Don't flush it.
Oh,
And for
Is that
those
what he
listening to
does?
this now, check out.
Oh,
Sutro
right. She
Sidetalk.
knows like all the languages of man.
Oh yeah, she knows like hundreds of languages. Yeah. How insane! How cool is that?
So much for laying low.
she did it right there. That one.
He's just like, what do I do with this?
Oof. How cool! Like her speed and everything. You know, Gal, she makes it all look so easy, just like Wonder Woman should. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, even Henry makes like being Superman feel super like. I guess I'll give him this, that he wasn't trained, he wasn't like coordinated in that sense, but like Gal makes her, her warrior aspect really stands out and kind of makes Superman look like a puss. Like, come on.
Superman's not supposed to be that way though, because I mean, you remember he's a kid who grew up on a farm in Kansas.
Yeah. Isn't there a thing like he doesn't actually notify? He just kind of like throws fists.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true
Think,
too. Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
There are stories I think eventually where they do have him like Bruce trains him a bit in just terms
Oh,
of
really?
combat when he potentially needs it. I can't remember where it was, but I feel like they definitely did something along those lines before.
I forgot that this dude, like, I guess spoilers for the end of the movie, that like Ares gives them what they need to like get to the front or whatever. Like he manipulates them throughout this entire movie.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh yeah, that's the whole. That's like it's supposed to be the whole like. Oh yeah, that's what Ares does like the whole time.
This movie just looks so good.
Yeah.
Dude, the costume designs and everything. It's
very well done.
yeah. Uh-huh. God, it's just so much better than the last 3 movies we saw. That's why. Like,
I even
such
think
a-
in terms of what this movie is, it's better than Captain America: The First Avenger. At least
Man,
so
I
far.
really want an ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
cone
Yeah.
I would say it's funny. I just had ice cream. Dude, yeah, as a World War II piece, definitely.
It's World War One, but okay.
One, whatever, yeah.
You keep calling it one.
I
or
know.
two.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And I love Captain America: The First Avenger. But,
Yeah, it's a good movie.
yeah.
But it feels slower than this one, you know? Like it I feel like
Actually,
this
Because
one,
there's not as much going on. It's just him and the camping. Like, let me do it, and then they're
Yeah,
like do commercials,
yeah.
and he's like,
This-
yeah, buy war bots.
This movie, this
Yeah.
movie takes its time way more than the first Avenger.
I do love they give an excuse to have him in his like stupid original costume.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He is
with the
Scottish.
ears
He's
and
not
everything.
Irish. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
I make
I
that
love
mistake
it
all the
when
time.
superhero movies give a reason for that. You know, for to see them
Yeah.
in their old uniforms.
Does anyone else feel like costume designs from like the golden age to like even I guess the silver age were like really hit or miss?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Like Green Lantern stuck. The Flash they had to touch up just a bit.
Spider-Man stuck pretty well. I know, Brandon, you're a fan of the purple gloves batsuit.
I am. a fan of the
I don't
purple
really
gloves.
like it. I
mean,
never liked it.
It was fun in 0 Year.
I didn't really
I-
like it in 0 Year either.
I love how Darwin Cook's story, The New Frontier, which is the first
I
animated
just
DC
watched
film.
it. I watched the movie at least.
It's,
That was
the
good.
movie's great, dude. Like we'll do like a 3-parter on that comic because it's real long too. But it's so good, so good. But Darwin
really
Cook,
dense,
his
too.
drawings, it's very dense. His drawing of that golden age Batman, that's what got me hooked on it. Like Darwin.
Well,
Cook,
anything that man drew was amazing.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get those variants they did during the New 52?
some of them, I wish I would have jumped on them more.
Especially now.
Yeah, you
Like,
know.
rest in peace, man.
I do want to say this. I think that Marvel did a better job with their costumes because they've tweaked them over the years. DC kept
Oh, yeah.
everything mostly the same.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. For
Very
sure.
little tweaks.
Yeah.
I think it's also too though they could afford like they didn't need to at the same like they're so iconic they never needed to change much. Whereas like the others,
There's
needed
definitely been
potentially
some
to
more
stay
iconic
relevant.
looks than others, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but like Iron
Spider-Man's had
Man,
a few changes over the years, but no one remembers his like white Future Foundation suit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I totally agree with what you're saying there. I think they should have tweaked up or changed the costumes just a bit on each movie because it shows like kind of that growth that the character goes through, and also
Wait,
love
can we
how-
just point out that just did straight up a villainous laugh of just like, oh, we're just not going to let them out. Like,
Well, not only that, but
Not
he
in there.
threw in a couple masks to be like, they don't know that these won't help.
yeah, so they have to
Ooh.
fight over them.
It's so good.
That's a horrifying way to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And they're gonna have him fight for that mask. That's so awesome.
I do love that this like super team that's not a super team is like people from all around the world.
Yeah.
It's like the great part about the photo. Dude, that's why like, dude, remember seeing that Crimean photo? I'm like, oh my god, there's a samurai.
you keep going back to
Yeah.
the Crimean War.
Damn.
I
just
get it. It was a
unique and
badass
everything.
photo.
So good. Each time you looked at it, there was something new, and you're just like, oh my god, she's holding 3 severed heads. Oh my god.
I really do
When you
like the
pointed that out,
diversity
I
in
was
this
like,
movie.
Yeah, you don't
Oh my
notice it.
God.
Then you're like, German beer for the British.
I think it's funny. This is like one of the cheesiest sets in the whole movie, but it still works. You could tell there's like 5 plants and just like
Yeah.
a dark room.
I love how he's like Edgar Rice Burroughs means he's giving him like John Carter of Mars or something. Like, here you go.
Well, I mean, that existed even before this. That was
Yeah, it was like
1903 or something like that.
it was. I knew it was somewhere post Civil War. That was about it. Somewhere like late 1800s, early 1900s.
Oh wow.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Edward Rice Burroughs created like John Carter of Mars, Tarzan, among like so many others, but those are like the main two.
There's also like
Carson
8
of
Tarzan
Venus.
books, like or 8 or 10 Tarzan books or something.
Oh,
like
he did. He did a lot of Tarzan. Yeah, he did like a whole line of stuff. But he also did, I think, was it Pelliculadar? It's like a weird savage place. There's like, I think, The Land That Time Forgot. Like that was all him.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's super cool. Dude, even these side characters,
Yeah,
good stuff.
post-war trauma,
I
man.
remember the Scottish dude probably the most, just because like he's literally at this point they don't have a term for
Like just post-war. Like
what's it called? At this point they call it shell shock or something. No, I think
Isn't
it's
it
before
just-
that.
Yeah,
It
because
was
it's
shell
PTSD at
shock
this
in
point.
Vietnam, and then after that, now it's PTSD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's see. So, A Princess of Mars, the John Carter book series, that
Yeah.
was 1912.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It just shows like how much they've kind of they already have their own history, but look how quickly that was developed. Like that, you never got that from any of the previous movies. Like we had to get 5-minute background stories for all the side characters, you know?
They
I
do
forgot
a
they even
good
had
job
like
here.
his legs gone
Yeah, they do a good job here showing like the horrors of World War One
without overly showing it. Like they keep it. You're like, oh, it's still PG-13.
And like
World War
I
One
love
was never-
showing No Man's Land here. It is.
Yeah.
This
Oh
is a
yeah, this
great-
scene is like this is probably the most iconic scene of the movie.
I remember
World
seeing
War
it in
One is
theaters.
never covered. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like there's very few movies where you actually get it. Though, if you want a suggestion, try Joyeux Noël. It's a French one, but it's actually more about soldiers coming together, even if they're on different sides for Christmas.
You have to remember too. World War One started with horses and ended with tanks.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a very strange time for them.
It's literally a transition period in history. You know.
You know, seeing her like the scene that comes up, like seeing this whole thing like in theaters was the coolest part. Like you really felt the power behind her and her character, and just like the most superhero moment we've gotten in years when she steps up when all the bullets are firing.
I'm okay with the fact that we haven't really seen her in costume yet.
Yeah,
It makes the build
Yeah.
up that much more
Yeah.
good.
yeah, it's very
definitely.
satisfying.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job of just building up here, of just being like, dude, you don't understand. Like trench warfare, people have fought for months over just like 4
Inches.
feet of land.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Worst
even
way to
not
fight
even
a
miles.
war.
It's straight up just like small
Yeah.
little parts of land, and she
And I love
breaks
this.
everything.
And she's just like, I don't care. These people need help, and I can help them, or I can at least try.
It's so good.
I love how
I love the
desperate-
soldiers are just like all eyes are on her at this point. They're just like,
Yeah.
what's she about to do?
She even puts the tiara on for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I just like how desperate Chris Pine.
yes.
You could see the
yes.
desperation in him. He's just like, I don't know what to do.
Like they have no hope. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They have no hope. Not the
Dude,
hero.
the Scottish dude's
Yeah, the
eyes
Scottish
like
dude's
bulged
like,
out of his
"Ooh."
face. He's like, oh my god.
Finally,
This
a
moment
hero.
feels
And
earned.
also, she very lightens up the area because it's like, it's still like war, so it's very gritty, but she is like full on color here.
Yes.
But it feels. I like the way she pops out from the dull background.
Oh, yeah, that's what I. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly what
Yeah.
Cameron was saying. Unlike Man of Steel, where he had that dull ass suit in that dark world.
Yes.
Someone else has PTSD as well, just for
I
other
do.
reasons, not from war.
So
Like
I
you
know
could
you're-
also see her inspiring right now. Like they're all just like, why are we here? Why aren't we up there with her?
My only issue is that like the Germans literally only fire at her and don't see anyone.
I
I
mean,
love this shot though.
If
Well,
you haven't seen a woman in that long, you're probably just gonna be looking at her.
It's a woman charging at them, you know, in this
Yeah.
outfit. So I think they're just, and she's brighter
No,
than anyone
honestly,
else around there.
Now that I look at it, they are kicking up a lot of like dust and stuff around her. So maybe they literally just don't see anyone else
Oh,
coming.
They don't. Like
Possibly,
literally all
yeah.
the fire is on her right now.
And it's so good. You're rooting for her. That's what it's
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, in that shot where she's like having to like stop and like use her shield, dude, that's powerful. It's so good.
They're just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
she did it. She actually did it.
And that's why they don't even see these guys coming around to flank, because like, how do you take your eyes off of that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the
Everyone-
first time, they're running without
just
getting
like-
fired on. Like they're not.
They're
getting
just like,
fired.
Yeah.
what is happening here? Who is this woman?
It's a wonder to behold.
Yeah.
They're just like 9999.
I got a smile on my face now, and I didn't have one single smile at all during Suicide
Yes,
Squad.
right?
I know.
Or
I'm
any of those
enjoying
films?
This, I'm
Any of
enjoying
them.
this so
Well,
much.
I had it for some. That's just me personally, of course. We already know. You guys have heard the other episodes by now. You already know our stances there.
Eh.
The fact is, we're still friends. It's a miracle. Like, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Epic.
So good.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm
That dude
looking
went
at her
flying.
running around in this Wonder Woman suit. I'm not thinking, oh, she's so hot. I'm just like, she is
Aw.
so cool.
I mean, none of us
That's
brought
what
that
I'm
up,
saying.
but sure.
The
Why don't you
theme.
just bring it up now?
Well, the theme is like so badass.
It's so good.
That's a pretty cool shot.
Yeah.
But you
You
get
got
what
all
you get what I'm
this
saying
camera
with
chase.
that?
How cool.
Oh, that slide.
The slide is always so dope. Yeah, no, there's such great utilization here. And I love that it's like the boots are bulletproof practically. Like you see
Right?
that just bounce off. Yeah, no, oh my god.
And see, that wasn't even like a sexualized moment. That was like you see the muscles like in her
I
back. and her
forgot
arm,
she
like-
just straight up is like, hey, you want to see what the outside of the window's like?
Yeah, right here.
It's
Why don't we
so
take this
cool.
outside?
I-
Smash.
The best part is these dudes are just seeing bodies fly out windows as they're running through, like, oh, what the hell is going on in there?
It feels like I'm watching a comic book. The way she's
Yeah,
flying.
yeah,
From panel to
Yeah, it's very
panel.
true.
exactly.
I love
That's
that.
a
Oh my
good
god.
utilization of like the
Oh,
slow mo.
I
Those
didn't even
grenades,
notice.
that was so
I
good.
didn't even notice that he tied like the
Yeah.
grenades to like the axe.
So cool.
It's like, I don't need a
He
sword.
just like
shoulder
shoulder
slam.
checked a tank.
Yeah. They're just like, holy shit.
Crap.
Ricochet. Oh no, that's
The
his shotgun.
CGI is really good. I think most of that is because there's an actual set with the CGI
Yeah.
over it, and it sells it so much more.
And I love the lasso is like not a joke. It's like awesome.
Yeah, no, it's like
yeah.
it's just a straight up awesome weapon right there.
You got to think she had big shoes to fill because everybody loves Linda Carter. They grew up
You know,
with her.
Yeah.
She's so.
I never
popular.
watched a single episode.
It's
Well,
fun.
she's
It's
just
a fun
iconic
show.
though. You know, she's just like I
Oh,
never
what,
saw.
Was the show actually good?
What, Linda Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's like
too
the
sure.
Christopher
That
Reeve-
I could actually ask my sister. Well, actually, no, my sister loved that show. That was
But
like,
like today, is the show considered
I have
good?
no idea.
Or is it just nostalgia?
it could be I mean, I think
it's good.
I'll be honest, Brandon. I think it's going to be the same. If you think Adam West Batman is still good, then that's going to be good. It's like the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I would put
It's-
Linda Carter's Wonder Woman a little bit more on the same level as like Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like it was an
Yeah.
iconic first, and that's like
well, they all come in
how-
different decades too.
and it was like how the mainstream media was introduced to it, you know? So that's like the image
Yeah.
everyone has. Everyone has
Yeah.
like that characterization.
Because
It
you
is
had
insane that she takes out like the entire top
no,
of this
yeah.
building. I thought she was just trying to jump into the window. It's like, no, building's gone.
you gotta.
Superman in the like the Donner movies? Those are in the 80s, right?
No, those are
It's,
78
70s.
to like 82, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 70s. Yeah, because Adam West Batman is 60s. Linda Carter is like 70s. So then, yeah, it's like a weird. They do like one
Yeah.
decade at a time practically for them. But she's like right in between those two types of areas.
Yeah.
Would you connect? I don't know. Would you want a trinity with Adam West and
Linda Carter and
Linda Carter and that one,
Christopher
or would you want it Christopher Reeves, Linda Carter, and Keaton?
Yes, Miss
Uh,
Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would work so well.
that
The
would-
contrast and everything.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Because Keaton's Batman, I could see that Batman existing in a larger universe.
I love though if
Oh,
you
yeah.
have them both just posing and Adam West is just there looking so confused, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at the Alex Ross pictures of
Did Alex Ross pair
There's-
him with those?
yeah, Alex Ross did a bunch of pictures of like Christopher Reeve, Michael Keaton, and Linda Carter
Oh,
together. and
I thought you were talking about with Adam West. My bad.
oh no.
Um,
I'm
I didn't know
confused.
he did an '89 Batman. I gotta look that up, or maybe I just don't remember it. It's cool. Then we get the iconic photo we see in BVS.
Don't bring that movie up. I'm having so much fun right now. This is so good.
Well, that's a good way to connect it. Like Patty did a really
I
good
know.
job to lead to this point, and that, like how perfect, you know, because it's kind of a goofy picture, you know, like when you see
Yeah,
it
I
in BVS,
know.
like
yeah. Even though Danny's the
It
one
still
that
is a
keeps
cool
bringing things
picture in
back up.
BVS. Mm.
Just add German High Command. It's just right there. It's fine. Give me the phone. I'm the God of War. Damn it!
Let the man
He's like, I'm trying to get them to go the wrong direction.
Can't you see?
No, you know he's a bad guy. He's got a handlebar mustache. He's like,
And tell Harry he needs to learn his Patronus.
no, we have plans. Don't. You're gonna mess with our plans. We got stuff under control.
He didn't even cover the phone. He would have heard all that.
Yeah, right? Now it doesn't.
I don't like the Ares stuff so far.
It just
I did-
Doesn't
You know, they
The-
try to make it sound like a woman who doesn't know what she's talking about, and then make it be like, "Oh no, she did know what she was talking about." That's the one big
But
point that they tried to make with
it's-
this one that I didn't agree with.
it's just such a lucky guess, though.
Yeah.
That's
It also
my
just feels
problem
like-
with it.
Like, it's just story wise, it would have also been better if they ended it when she kills who she thinks is Ares, and it's just like, oh no, it's just humanity is awful, and I need to teach them how to be better.
Yeah, honestly.
And Zack Snyder messed that up when she was just like, "I walked away from man for 100 years." I'm just like,
Yep.
See, Brandon, you don't have to bring it up. He does all the time, every time.
I know, I'm my own worst enemy.
You really
You know, if they would have stuck to that and not done 1984, then I think.
I mean, all right. When we get to Cut of Steel, I'm not sure which one we want to do for this one or for 84s. I got a whole. I have my own Wonder Woman trilogy that I'd want to do, but of course, this would be in it easily.
Why does it? My only thing is, why does everything have to be trilogies?
Yeah,
They already make it as trilogy. They already said it was going to be 3 movies, with the third one being modern.
Well,
Like, because like Superman, like
Patty Jenkins might not be back for that, huh?
No, she said she already she's been writing it and she's still going to direct it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They already greenlit it. They greenlit it right after 84.
I knew about that, but I heard there was like she was like feeling like stepping away from it.
I don't think so. I think
That might have been a temporary thing though, and then they came.
Well,
back.
I don't know if they're doing 3 or the Rogue Squadron movie first.
Oh, okay.
Because that might be the other thing. So it's scheduling, just like you have what's his face.
It just sucks. Like after 84, I'm not excited for Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, Rogue Squadrons are I love those comics growing up. The Rogue Squadron comics.
Oh, were they cool? I never read those.
The Dark Horse ones, yeah, they were really good because it was mainly focused on like Wedge, I forgot Captain Tycho. I forgot his full name, and like the whole Rebel pilots.
Yeah, that's like the main ones. At least also for me growing up was the X-wing novels as well as the actual Rogue Squadron games. Those are probably the most iconic thing of Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, the Rogue Squadron games that's what I used to love.
That's what got me an N64.
I had them on PC because I was a poor child.
Back when PCs were cheaper than consoles.
Right? I know, right?
Now it's the tables have turned.
Some of we had good Star Wars games like Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2 and
Pod
Racer.
Lego Star Wars.
When you go to your friend's house and you're like, that's a Bombad Racing.
That was terrible. It was
it was horrible. That's why I did it.
Even this scene, like, how they try to get the romance between Lois and Superman? Look at this. This is organic.
Okay.
This feels good. It.
Conrad is exhausted because this movie is better than all of the other films combined.
I'm not even doing anything.
To kiss. I'm rooting for them to kiss. I really want them to get together. Because I feel the love between them. Is
that what you're feeling?
It's a good movie.
That's your feeling. Are you sure it's not something else you're feeling?
I buy it. Like I buy it so well. Look at this is how you find romance in the middle of destruction. This was just a battle scene a few minutes ago, and look how they turned it around. They're not
making out in the middle of a 9/11 style crater.
Yes, it works.
Oh yeah, that happened in Man of Steel.
Yes, exactly, dude.
I totally forgot already.
This is the same thing, but just better, like good, like done right.
Why do you people think that movie's good? I just
we had a whole episode about it, so I don't really. You can just listen to it again if you weren't there. Apparently,
I know.
You can find it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, any of the podcasting networks. You can also check us out on YouTube. If you follow David and Frank and Beans, we're under a playlist, Apollo City Comics. Make sure to follow our Instagram and let us know what you want to hear.
That was the smoothest plug I've ever seen.
Next up, we're going to talk to you about Charmin and its ultra soft pads when you go and wipe your ass.
All right, guys. As we continue this commentary, let me tell you why Shrek 4 is a good movie. All right.
You didn't even watch it. What do you mean? I was there because I watched it. And you didn't.
By the way, it's not that we're not talking. It's not that we're not enjoying the movie and that we're talking about other stuff. It's just that the movie's so good, we really don't have any critiques of it.
Yeah, it's just
you know what? This scene critique. I forgot. Does he go in? Does he do it? They have sex.
Yeah, they totally do it.
Well,
let's see.
This guy just
do it.
I don't know. I'd be pretty intimidated if like I had to bang a woman. Like that's intimidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
she could literally crush him.
Yes. So
I would finish in a
maybe
second.
that's what he wants.
So Wonder Woman, he's her Lois Lane, right?
Yeah,
so Superman and Lois, like that's scary if they have sex. But like Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor, I figured that's like the equivalent, right?
Oh yeah.
See, I just want to say about how I like how nicely that scene was shot. They just kiss, and then it shows the outside, and it fades to the next scene. Very simple. You know what happens.
Yeah, you know what happens. You don't have to get all graphic and like.
It's very classy. It's very nice. Versus
she's a respectable woman.
Yes, versus BVS, where he just gets in the bathtub with his clothes on and starts making out with her.
Leaps into the bathtub with his clothes on.
Yeah.
The floor
He's just
praise.
like,
Oh man.
Yeah,
This
you're
is
right.
my
You're
dick. I'll show you how it works.
Yeah.
yeah.
The dick stands for hope.
I like how much she enjoys herself with these guys too.
I love guy.
Because they're so vibrant. It's like the first dude she's ever talked to. It's just like whoa,
Yeah.
this is a whole new experience. Not to mention one is a lot of issues and the other wants to be an actor. Good time.
Like you see that chemistry, you know what I mean? That's what Suicide Squad needed. Like,
I love that line.
I mean, that's not all
He just-
Suicide Squad dude.
I love that line. He goes, "You mean that she's from she's from an island full of all women with no men there? How did we get there?
Yeah.
Sounds like paradise."
so in D&D, like a week or two ago when we were playing, we went to an island full of Amazonians, and they were pretty crude and mean. And
Do you want to talk about it? You want to tell us?
Yeah,
your
that'd be
feelings?
fine with me.
Did they hurt you?
Told us we had to leave the island. So I can only imagine what it's like to go up against them in real life, and not D&D, because D&D we got to leave.
It's like we got to this island and they might kill us. We need to do something to make them trust us. Introducing to you here, I have here Charmin. It's ultra soft toilet.
How do you think Germans felt watching this movie?
How do you think
Hey,
Germans
I'm
feel
German.
in anything that comes from America?
No, they're
like
just
when
like,
it's-
Like,
when
oh
it's-
boy, I can't wait to play
Oh.
Call of Duty. And
I mean, like when it's referencing World War One or two. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
But they really don't like talking about any of this. They really try
Yeah.
to cut it out of
I
everything.
mean, it's like if you
just-
win a war, you get to talk about it and do all the cool stuff. If you lose the war, you know, and you gotta deal with the history here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just But I could see. I mean,
I
it
stole
kind
a
of
car.
sucks. It kind of sucks
feel
that
bad
like
for
that's the
German
one thing we go
kids.
back to.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
bad for like German kids watching this. You know, it's not like we're in America where we can just be like, "Oh, my grandpa fought in World War II." In Germany, they're just like, "Yeah, my grandpa,
He also did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fighting.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was there in World. He was alive in
Oh.
World War II."
Yeah.
Wasn't there also like a lot of people forced into it? Like they had no choice.
I mean, there was not
Yeah.
even that. There were
Yeah,
other
oh, yeah,
shooters
yeah.
from other countries forced into it, like Polish, just regular Polish dudes who just get put into the German military.
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
it
they
was-
said if
In
you
fact,
don't,
actually,
if you don't join the
um,
military, we send you to the camps with the.
I have
And they would just take kids because my grandpa's brother, he was like weeks away from becoming one of like the Hitler's children's thing and getting
Yeah.
Hitler
away.
Youth?
Yeah, Hitler Youth.
That's actually interesting. If anyone ever watches Saving Private Ryan, there's a scene where after they take the beaches and they get the prisoners out of the bunkers, one dude starts speaking not German, and the American soldiers don't know what he's saying. They don't realize that he's actually a Polish guy who's trying to say, "I'm not German, I'm Polish. They forced me to be here," but instead they just shoot him because they don't understand him.
Yeah.
There's that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
There's a really powerful photo. It showed up on Reddit not too long ago of German soldiers seeing the Holocaust for the first time on like because they were captured in like American prisons, and they showed them footage of the Holocaust, and like the look of horror on all their faces was just it says something. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, I mean, like any war, you know, there's some people that are really into the cause, you know, parentheticals,
Mhm.
but a lot of people, it's like they don't really have a choice.
And others
Yeah.
don't even know why they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
When you're drafted and you're forced to go, it's like
when
What
you
else are you
literally
gonna do?
have like one choice or the other, or no choice at all, you know.
yeah.
But then if you get into a rich party in the middle of war, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is. Like
Yeah, it's
this.
pretty-
Yes.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's a pretty, honestly, this is a cool Wonder Woman scene.
Yeah.
The sword in the back of her dress, like,
Okay, how is she holding that sword up?
I
It's just-
forgot actually.
Remember the
Deltoid
you guys see,
muscles?
Old
did you guys
Amazon
see the
trick.
pic? Did you guys see the picture of like it showed like the X-ray of her thing is like her butt cheeks holding the
Oh,
sword?
yeah.
up?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Her back. Yeah.
And it's like, have we met? It's like, it's just kind of dropped a bomb while I flew over the facility.
I love that when he's like follow her career, she's just like the look on her face.
Chris Pine is great in this movie, and he's horrible in the next. It trips me out. Like
we don't talk about that. I will say though, I love when he's like,
a hunk.
You two, you and the general are very close. So I would have loved if they do a flashback of when they barred the door and gassed all those other German officers, and it's just the looks they have with each other when they're like their faces meet. It's like
I want to know more about her backstory.
Right? Like you feel interested in these villains.
Yeah, she's an interesting character. I want to know more about her, but the movie's not really
about her
that much.
Yeah. Remember that, guys.
Which is
the movie's
fine.
not supposed to be about the villain.
Like honestly, we don't need to know it, but it's cool that we want to know it. You know, like there's a difference in that too. Like in the
just something.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of motivation.
Oh, don't they do that? I thought they talked about that type of stuff.
Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was when I was like getting my burger.
No. Like later on, they give some info about her.
Okay then.
Oh, because this is like your first time seeing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Kamran just has been spoiling the hell out of the movie for me.
Wait, is this actually your first time seeing it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I think he said
Where the
that
hell
when
have you
you
been?
weren't here.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. This is my first time watching it the whole way through. Oh, she just commands such a presence.
Right?
Yep. It's also too, she's very tall. Like she's taller than
How tall is she?
In the comics I forget, but
oh no, I'm talking about Gal Gadot.
Oh, she's actually hang on,
Like you went straight to the Wonder Woman thought about how tall she is.
I was about to start getting
yeah.
Well, you see here.
So weird. It just goes into a dance.
God damn, she looks. She
is. Good. Oh god, she's taller than me. She is 5'10".
She's 5'10".
Okay, yeah. I thought she was taller than me.
I thought she was like
actually. You know who else is 5'10"? Linda Carter.
Really?
Oh,
yeah, they're both the same height.
I really thought like she'd be taller than me. But
me too. I thought she was tall. Like she looks.
She gives off a very tall presence.
Comic-Con, like I guess she was wearing heels though, of course, but like she seemed really tall.
It's that Amazon proud. It just
Well, there you go. That's again like look how much presence like Gal has over like every scene. We feel like she's a huge figure when she's like Danny's height.
What?
Wait, Danny, how
yeah, the set, huh?
Danny, how tall are you?
Huh?
I'm 5'8" in cowboy boots.
Oh, okay.
I knew it.
I would have loved it if the slow motion he actually instead of grabbing her hand, he high fives, and it's just like, oh my god,
this guy's intimidating too.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he really is. He has like a Thanos presence almost.
Yeah.
He literally can't stop her.
Yeah. Doesn't anybody notice that big ass sword she's got sticking out of her dress?
I was just thinking that.
Right?
Like, yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's part of the outfit.
How'd she run with that thing?
They're just like, oh, how exotic.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why they're British there too. They're in German, but whatever.
See, this is how you do a cover overlay on a movie.
Yeah, because this is the dark moment. This is when it should look dreary. Now you're setting mood and tone, not carrying that out through 3.5 hours in the film.
Why the hell are we like making movies? It's just
I don't know.
Pandemic.
That too.
Yeah, I know, right? Danny, did you want to work on that concept next weekend?
Next weekend?
Yeah, this weekend was a little rough. I couldn't.
I might be in Arizona.
That soon?
They want me to start on the 15th.
So you got it.
If I get it.
Oh, they just
And I'm
told
just-
you if you get it, it'd be the 15th.
Yeah, and I'm just like, can you give me a little time to work with that?
For those that don't know, Danny is getting a job as a Charmin salesman, traveling door to door in Arizona.
In
In
Arizona.
Phoenix, where it
Yes.
soaks up all the moisture. So it's
Oh
definitely.
my god, they just murdered that whole village that she just
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And see,
Will they
brutal.
murder that
Like,
village? You're gonna hear that door get knocked, and you're gonna open the door, and Danny's gonna be outside with that toilet paper, going, "Oh man, it's hot out there, but it's a good thing I got this Charmin toilet paper to keep me cool." In these
Here's the
trying
problem
times."
with this scene. The entire place isn't leveled and on fire, and there isn't people looking around all confused, like in Man of Steel.
You know
Well,
what?
yeah, but that
Patty
just-
Jenkins did more than Snyder did. Like with less people, but like a way more dramatic feeling of death. Like you feel this death, and when
Because
the city,
you met them before this.
yeah, like the city, like getting leveled, like you don't really feel that, especially the way they carry on the scenes after that. But this one, it's like it's so much more emotion and passion that's going through her than Superman.
I
Ever.
like that she blames herself because she like had a chance to kill the guy that she thinks is
Yeah.
responsible, and
And it's a
she did.
complex situation because it's just like, this is war.
Yeah.
Some people die.
Where'd he get that? Oh no, they
See,
did show
like-
it a second ago.
And now she's alone. Like, look at that. Like,
Yeah.
In all business,
Unlike
she's
in
just
Man of
like,
Steel-
that's it. Like
And
no rules or anything. I'm just gonna go kill this guy.
And in Man of Steel, they try to present all these complex ideas that they just talk about, but they don't do anything with.
yeah, it's
It's-
a radically different origin story because it's as I don't know. Is there a better Batman origin story film than this? No, huh?
Batman
Batman
Begins is
Begins.
actually pretty. That
Batman
I'd still
Begins.
consider that the top.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're totally right. I'd say Batman Begins for sure. But like for a secondary character, like dude, Green Lantern. Come on, like that's another origin story film.
We don't talk
Shazam.
about that. We don't talk about that either. You know what I'm
We're gonna watch that one.
saying? We're gonna.
Just throws him over the
Oh man.
Damn, she is going ham.
Oof. All of like these action
Nice.
scenes so good. Cause you know what? We had like a breathing moment and then you jump right back into it.
I feel like if she just charged him and before he had a chance to do that, it would have like completely prevented this whole fight.
Yeah.
I don't
Pretty
remember
much.
it lasting that long anyway.
It doesn't. It's pretty quick.
It's a great shot.
He's just like, I could use your own weapon against you. It'll work.
I just like that she feels like a three-dimensional character.
No
too.
way.
It's
No way.
it just helps
What?
that she feels like an actual person.
That's crazy.
That kick.
Nice.
Those drugs are gonna be wearing off pretty soon.
Dude, yeah, the fight scenes there has not been a bad one.
Yeah, no,
No,
each
but-
one is pretty awesome.
Here's your
Music
comic
is
book
so good.
monologuing.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And I'm okay with
Amiga
that.
Montoya, you killed my father. Prepare to die.
Is there a comic book monologue? Check it out.
What was that?
That was my something. I think my iPad heard me talking.
Yeah, Siri sucks.
Watch out for your smart things, guys. They come back at you.
Skynet.
apparently. Brandon loves Skynet.
I am shattered.
Yes, I am going to kill you now. Prepare to die. I could totally just hear the movie in someone's background right now.
Yeah.
That might be mine.
Someone's behind, actually, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, like, we already got there.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
this is
I
like one of my few problems with this movie. Is like
Well-
I feel like this is where it should have ended, and
So
but I mentioned it earlier.
they actually, I don't think this was actually Patty Jenkins's ending. They didn't want, they wanted a final battle.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah,
that wasn't
Yeah, I heard
apparently what
Ares
she
was-
had in it.
Yeah. I think she was planning Ares for the sequel, and then they made her add Ares on at the last minute to this one.
So Warner Brothers just adding another like hour to every movie for no
Yeah.
reason.
studio ruining everything again.
And they're like, why don't we have any money?
Why do we keep messing up our movies?
Warner Brothers is
Letting-
just like Guy Fieri going into the local kitchen. Oh, what's that food? Let me put my hands in. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Every movie should be 2.5 hours plus.
What are you making?
Because
Oh,
Christopher Nolan did it, so it must be good.
oh, this is pretty nice. What if we did this, though? You know, just trying to change it a bit.
The problem is they keep trying to remake The Dark Knight and Batman Begins.
Yeah, they
Because
do.
it sold so well.
Yeah, they're desperately trying to chase that.
What?
Yeah, I love this like moment here.
Or like her beliefs are crushed now.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, the whole
Yeah.
thing, the whole movie is basically her loss of innocence.
yeah,
Yeah, I love this
Yeah.
idea of like,
something else.
you know, yeah, humanity isn't perfect. Maybe we need a role model. Like, I thought that was a perfect ending.
yeah. Honestly, I thought that was it at this point. But then they still like cram like another act like in the last bit.
Yeah, I know. There's
How
still
much
like
more is
40.
left? There's, like,
still
30
like 30
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, this is always really good. Dang.
Damn,
Hmm?
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm watching a very good movie right now. I'm distracted.
Yeah, what a good scene. Like just like
It's so good. So good.
see, and then just show me that he's imperfect, like just like everyone else is.
Yeah. And through it too, just like you find out like pretty much everyone's imperfections, his, hers, everyone's.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the cool thing. Everyone has a flaw. And those flaws like they have to overcome at the end, you know? Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like Danny
come to
said,
peace
they
with.
are multi-dimensional characters.
yes. DC follow this film's formula for everything. Like
And
everything
Aquaman's.
else do. Yeah, I remember liking
Aquaman is, I think that is actually my favorite one. It's so good. Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Man, why does he reveal himself here?
It feels very tacked on.
See, this is where the movie loses me.
Yeah.
Because it kind of shits on everything that whole scene.
Yeah, exactly.
That it's not just one guy.
It should have just like shifted to the end of the movie, like the final
Yeah.
scene, the aftermath. But no, this whole like I think it's cool, and I think this guy pulls off an interesting Ares, but very like what that was it. Like that was the end. Like why are you
Yeah.
giving us more? Like stop. It was great. I
And see,
enjoyed the hell out
thing
of
is,
it.
I'm actually okay with superhero movies, their origin being just against a regular person, like in Superman the movie.
Yeah,
or
it
something.
makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
Just introduce
Yeah.
the character in a simple way.
Yeah, you don't have to
I
do
agree.
the big supervillain in the first movie.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You know, not getting a big super villain in a film like that would be interesting. Just like
Yeah.
you know what? This is the
That's
beginning. This is the first start because there's never really that villain at their
Yeah.
first start. You know,
You think
that
about it,
timing is
even
not
in
that good.
even
But-
in the first Iron Man movie, that movie was great when it was just him against Obadiah Stane, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That was fantastic. I mean, it was
Yeah.
very self-contained too.
yeah.
This is
very-
also very like in its own way self-contained. I also like.
Did
Sorry, you can
Thor
go.
even have a first main villain? The Thor movie?
Yeah, in a
Not
way.
really.
Loki-
The final
Loki
bad
was
guy
just
that he fights is
kinda-
the Destroyer. but
Loki,
it's like-
Frost Giant,
that's
King
it.
Destroyer.
Yeah.
You'd find all the villains on the 7-Eleven Slurpee cups, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think the crescendo of this movie totally could have been just like Diana helps Steve destroy the poison plane.
What's also Ares
You know?
is like he's the biggest villain of Diana, like out of all of her heroes.
Yeah, why?
It's like
Great
that one
for-
villain that transcends just Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and it's even if she defeats him in one movie, honestly, he's big enough you could put him into another one anyway.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think-
exactly.
but
I'm
I-
surprised we didn't get more of him.
Like he should be the one pulling the strings, and you have the other minor villains kind of
yeah,
each one
there you
being
go.
one of the chess
She
pieces
should
he's
he
playing.
should have been like the final villain in her third movie.
I have an
It's like
idea. I
sorry,
have an
you can go.
idea I wanted to talk about and cut a steal with this movie. That basically, I feel like he should have been reoccurring. That's all.
I think that's
yeah.
Yeah,
Like the
That's what
Joker.
Well, in a different way.
But,
But,
like,
I
I
mean,
think
wouldn't it
every
be cool if, like-
superhero needs a reoccurring villain in each movie, I think.
well, like in the sense of like that's what ties it to Darkseid and everything too, is that he's a god, you know, and he has that connection and ability to speak out and find Darkseid because he battled Darkseid before. So that could be like imagine Ares and Darkseid, like the god of war, creating war on Earth to make it ready for Darkseid. Like that's he's part of like his minions in that type of sense.
Especially since he betrayed the other gods, it would work together
Yes.
perfectly. It's like, oh, that's why he did it.
Yeah, like to please
Yeah.
him. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like for him, Ares gets off on war. Apocalypse is war incarnate, pretty much.
Yes, that
Yeah.
it would have been really cool to see him reoccurring, like in that sense.
You know, I think that if they wanted to shoehorn Ares into this movie, they could have made it that like he engineered World War I, like the greatest war to date, just to draw out Diana because he knew she existed, so he could
Oh,
kill the
wow.
last god.
That would have been interesting.
They should have just made Kratos the villain, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, why isn't he a villain yet?
just throw Kratos into the DC universe.
It's like, yo, why are these quick time events coming up in the movie? What's happening?
It's weird because
Pick up
now
your
we're-
remote.
this is totally Warner Brothers because it's just like, okay, let's give some origins to the last like 15 minutes of the film. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was an executive producer being like, yeah, but what about?
You can tell
You
how
guys can
tacked
do
on
it.
it feels because it's just exposition dump.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like the film has not done it like this, except for in the very beginning when we see the painting. That was our exposition because that was act one. Now progress the film. Stop. It's not needed. You're not
Very
really presenting new information in a sense.
He does. It is interesting that he seems to be able to use the rope to show her things.
Oh, I think it's because he's like electrocuting it and whatnot, right? Like
He's
telling the
manipulating it.
truth. Yeah, and he's telling.
Yeah, I think it's maybe this is how they're supposed to reference in
Yeah.
1984 when she does the same thing.
It's like he's like a godlike being or something, man.
Damn.
And that's cool because she's had her everything she's believed in stripped away, and she's presented something new, something that she actually kind of wants, and she knows it's just like not right at the same time. Like another set of options presented before her, and she's like, "No, I'm still going to choose a different path." It's great writing. It's just great writing.
It helps to be talented.
Who wrote the script?
I said it earlier. Let me see.
That was 2 hours ago.
Screenplay by
Her
Alan
great
Heinberg.
weakness, wind.
So why not just hire? What if this movie was such a big hit among critics and with money? Why did they just hire that guy to write the rest of the movies?
Ooh.
Let's see.
The one
Let's
who
see.
wrote the
This
Wonder
dude
Woman
is
movie.
credited for writing. He's only written 4 films.
Yeah, I've never heard of him too. Blue Like Jazz. I don't know. Playing It Straight and Thirst don't even. Oh, those are short films.
Interesting. Maybe
Oh,
he didn't want
Thirst.
to do
He
more.
just gets.
Whoa! Is she flying?
I don't think she could fly in these movies, which is stupid.
Oh, dude, he co-wrote this movie with Zack Snyder and Jason Fewes.
He's
Oh, what a
also
surprise!
he's the guy that's gonna write the Sandman series.
He probably
Oh, really?
rewrote Snyder's shitty script and fixed all the problems.
Oh,
We
dude,
get it,
if this guy is writing Sandman, I'm so excited.
Yeah, he's like producer writer on it.
Wait, did he steal Zeus's lightning?
No, yeah, he used the lightning. Yeah. Decision time, baby.
I guess they had to do the whole get rid of Chris Pratt. Steve
Chris
Trevor.
Pine?
Yeah.
Ultimate hero.
Neat.
Yeah, I love that. Oh no, grenades! Throw a bomb at him.
I know, right? Hey guys, defuse these bombs with more bombs.
I mean, it's
Teaching
cool.
Dr. Bees, we need more bees.
Like, it's cool that in a second he like telekinesis himself his usual Ares armor, but at this point it's just weird. She's fighting a flying British dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Doesn't feel.
You know
right.
what kills me the most about this ending is that he still has that villain mustache in the Ares outfit.
Yes, exactly.
like,
With the
it looks-
flashback.
It looks so goofy.
Why
Like,
did he
it-
keep it for like thousands of years? You know what I mean? Like,
Because
Saving it for a special occasion.
I mean, if you could rock an epic mustache, wouldn't you?
No,
but I can.
Brandon, you'll never know.
I'll never know. I can't grow facial hair. Thanks, Danny.
I was okay.
Good job, dude.
In case you guys didn't know, Brandon can't grow facial hair.
I literally can't.
Or any hair.
If you have issues about Brandon not growing facial hair, you can tweet at Danny.
I mean, like they should have just cut to this scene like towards the end. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they could have like had a moment, and then Steve has to run off and
I mean,
do this.
I
and-
love this shot
Yeah.
though, where he's just like, fingers
Honestly-
through the melting mask.
Or you know what?
I know it's lazy, but when I do my rewrite of the DC movies, I would keep everything in this movie the same except for the ending.
I agreed.
Yeah.
You know,
100%
honestly,
agreed.
like if Chris Pratt, damn it, if Steve Trevor, like after they had that whole speech and then he knows what's going on, and then Diana's like so upset that like it wasn't Ares and it was just mankind and people are evil, she just takes off, and then he goes and saves and does the plane thing, and then she's like, because of her leaving, that's why he died, and that's why she's so hurt by it and everything. That would be great. That would be super great.
Yeah.
Because then she has even more reason to have that pain and that guilt and hide for 100 years, supposedly. It was because of her. She could have saved him. It would have been that Superman moment and called back to Zack Snyder's thing about not being able to save someone. God damn it. Easy.
But actually good.
That's how much thought you have to put into this. Like, just like
I
none
know.
almost.
That's a lot of thought, man.
You're a lot of thought.
I would love to see a movie where she gives up her immortality. Like,
Oh,
but that
yeah,
would have been a
that'd be
good thing
cool.
to bring Steve. That would have been a good way to bring Steve back. If you want Steve back, you need to give up your immortality.
Wait, did you watch 84?
Huh?
Did you watch 84?
I read the Wikipedia summary. I don't have the heart to watch it. I don't
What?
want to
You
watch
can't say
it.
that. You can't say anything until you watch it. At least
Yeah,
you
watch
watched
the
it.
movie.
Yeah, even Brandon watched it. Come on, like.
I'm gonna after this, but
I mean, we'll be getting to it eventually anyway.
No,
But
watch
don't you
it
think that
now.
would be
You
a-
gotta watch it now. We've all
I don't
seen
think
it
he
once.
can't. Well, he has to buy it now. It's not on HBO Max anymore.
Well, then now you have to buy it, so that's on
Yeah,
you.
you gotta buy it, Danny.
yeah, you got to pay
Mr.
money for this shit movie.
You have a salary
That you've never
now.
seen before.
or you might have a salary. Everyone will know by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, is he a toilet paper salesman? Well, we'll find out soon.
When do you find out, Danny?
Next week.
Like, they're just gonna email or call you, whatever.
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Nice.
Why that mustache does not work here? It just doesn't. Like, give him a beard, like shave him. I don't know.
Well, beards weren't really popular in that time period.
It's British Aries. What do you want?
You know, Sandman does have a lot of like side characters that you do end up caring about a whole lot. So I think this guy writing it is going to do great, just amazing. I think he's going to know how to fill everyone and give them like their proper like introduction and like get the whole giant cast of Sandman. So
like that whole time he's thinking about her.
I think Patty may have written like something like this scene right here. I could see that because this one feels just like the other part of the film. Like he accepts it. He thinks about her and he sees what he's about to face and he's happy with it.
Oh my God, she's just mowing through those dudes.
You can tell that this is from the original script.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I made her mad.
She's not even like, she's literally just like levitate, rushing through like she's on roller skates. It's amazing.
Give in to your hate. Do it.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Honestly, this is probably the one scene I'm just like the fight scene I'm not crazy about at this point.
It's a little too cheesy.
Yeah, right? Like a little too cheesy.
He's just like, nah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
She's like, I don't want to look.
What are Ares' powers? Because it's like he has a force or whatever, and it's just kind of...
Yeah, he just
all
seems
over
to
the
have
place.
telekinesis.
He's a god. I don't know if I can. I'll just roll with it.
Of course.
I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting if he had a weirdly specific telekinesis for like weapons of war, but that'd be weird to explain.
Like the war kinesis?
Well, like he has control over weapons
Weapon
of war.
kinesis?
I don't know. It's like how there's technopath, I guess. It's a specific thing.
It sucks because even his whole like thing looks too CGI. Like his face is super CGI.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like it's added on at the last minute.
Didn't this just happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her. It's kind of her, because she's thinking. It's like, you know, she's about to go kill, and she's thinking about why humanity's good versus why it should be destroyed.
Okay, so here's the thing I don't get. Why is it he's the one that's like, I gotta go stop the gas?
Yeah, I don't know.
She could have just like destroyed it immediately.
Because he's proving her that humanity is worth saving. His sacrifice is proof that humanity isn't like
like
too far gone.
I thought she knew that already though.
But didn't his speech say
the whole
like
time
didn't he say like maybe we don't deserve like to be better, but you can show us how?
Yeah. But at the time, you know, she's still like, no, I don't want to like, you know, she's still not really listening to him at that point. Like she's like already like kind of
I love that line. Like
by the fact that like she can't, she's surprised that humanity's still like that, basically.
Like I could save today, but you could save the world. Like
I thought it was because her eardrums got blown out.
I hate that tank toss. It just didn't work.
No, God, that mustache.
Yeah.
He is using Zeus's lightning.
Yeah.
Neat.
So, like, what kind of Wonder Woman power? Have you guys seen this in the comic where she could do like Matrix style bullet stopping?
They never really do anything like that, honestly. This is
Right.
probably the one time you get this kind of thing. Usually
Really
it's just a lot
random.
more just straight up like run and punch.
So Harry Potter, it's kind of funny. And like I hate this whole like ending right here. Like it was so great to like, and I believe in love. Like stop explaining stuff. Like
Why'd she call him brother?
Because they're both sons of Zeus, or
Yeah.
they're both children of Zeus.
I guess so, yeah.
He's her father and he's his father. Yeah, like majority of the gods are all Zeus's kids. Like
No, I know that.
Yeah. She's flying. Wait, what?
Yeah,
She's jumping.
she's falling with style.
Oh, I get it. You made a Toy Story reference.
There you go, buddy. I knew you'd like it.
It's my favorite movie.
Huh.
okay. I mean, like I could buy it. Like the whole, I guess you know.
Why were we fighting again? Yeah, it's just like, what's going on?
It's too clean for me.
Right, this
Just-
whole like
oh.
final part just like killed it.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, and that sucks because that's probably all Warner Brothers and them trying to like cram stuff in and explain things and add a big baddie and to get an action figure out of it. And
It's one of those things where, like, if you say it out loud once, it kind of sounds interesting. Like, oh, what if Wonder Woman single-handedly stopped all of World War One? It's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But how would we make that make sense, though?
yeah, you know, I could totally agree with that. Like it's,
Like-
it kind of hurts at that point.
Yeah, it's just like the war's over, and then the Americans arrived, and
Yeah.
I hope it helps
Right.
the Americans.
that's what happened. Everyone stopped fighting, and the Americans just came and started killing people. We did it! Yeah, baby! USA! The worst part is it's unbelievable.
I know, yeah. Oh god. Like it should have after the whole devastating thing, this is what we should have cut to or something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like have Steve
The
Trevor
Great War
do the whole
ends
line.
until World War II.
And then the credits roll end of part one.
Yeah, right?
Eh.
The Great
20-year
War.
intermission.
So we never even learn
What-
what happens to these guys, like or anything. They're just like
Nah.
one and
They're
done.
just gone.
It's just like kind of the same at the end of Cap. It's the Howling Commandos. They're just like,
Yeah.
all right, Cap.
Oh yeah, with Dum Dum Dugan and all that.
I know.
yeah, the
man.
only
We
one
got-
you get back is Dum Dum Dugan and like Piggy Carter, and that's it. Like it's just like
Yeah.
one episode.
Oh wow.
Cap was frozen for like however many years. So when he
Yeah.
woke up, everyone was gone except
Everyone
Peggy.
just like got old.
But
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is like, yeah, no, I didn't talk to anyone for 70 years.
Shit,
That's
right?
like her. She's like it shows like I mean she isn't frozen, so she can actually hang out with them. The only issue is she doesn't age and they do, so she kind of just watches them all wither away over time.
No,
Yeah,
I-
but wouldn't
I
it
do
be
think-
interesting to see a scene where like she goes and visits like one of her last living old friends?
Oh
and, like,
yeah.
That's the thing though
Yeah.
too. Like you don't have any World War One veterans. Like at this point, like in real life, you already have World War Two vets. Just kind of like it's
Yeah,
at that
after all
point.
the World War One vets
maybe in the
gone.
80s she could have visited like one
Yeah.
of them.
That is 70 years after. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
like
that-
100, but it wouldn't be impossible.
I think
Yeah, they'd be like 90 if they were like in their
Yeah, they're like
20s.
really old because they had to be already like in their 20s or like
Yeah.
at least 18. So that's
Well, even visiting a gravesite or something, or just like,
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
say anything, but they
Yeah.
do kind of reference something at least in that time. But
yeah, that's true. That's
without spoiling for Danny.
I do like that first the ending of Captain America a little bit more with the whole I had a date and it just ends on that note.
true. Oh yeah,
I think this movie needed something a little bit more like that. We're just
because you get so many good lines and
ends.
punches in the gut, like it just leaves you
Yeah.
like, oh well, now you're just lonely.
that
Poor girl.
that final punch in the gut from Captain America, I think was all you needed. This needed something more like that.
That's right, because Steve Rogers, he was trying to get it. Yeah, it was Steve Rogers. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't this connect to BVS somehow, or is it? Oh no, it just ends. Never mind.
No,
I
it
thought
just
was-
ends.
No, there's
It just
no
ends.
after credits.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Yeah, Brandon
that
knows
was,
there's no after credits.
Yeah, the
They
only
deleted-
connection.
They deleted
I
a
guess.
scene where she like finds the mother boxes or something in this movie, I think.
Oh wow.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, there should be a mother box in Themyscira somewhere.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah. So
But
this
yeah.
movie is great. The ending is not good, but Zack
but
Snyder,
you know
take
what,
your
like-
name off of there. I know you didn't contribute anything good to this movie.
Honestly,
The
like
pettiness never ends.
it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. Like the
No,
last
it didn't. It,
No.
it was
30 minutes
smooth.
dragged, but that
Very
was
smooth. Yeah, quite enjoyable to say the
The
least.
music feels heroic. She feels like a hero. I think it's every there's this push for more diversity and in writing strong women in movie these days, but they always tend to just screw it up. And this movie just does everything so many other movies try to do
Yes,
and always
yeah.
fall flat on.
And Gal just fills the shoes so well, and
Yeah.
perfect. Like you couldn't get a origin Wonder Woman movie much better unless you put the
No,
purple
you
X-rays
couldn't
in.
have.
Unless
It's
you
the only
change
thing that
anything
could have
back.
made this in. Purple X-rays, purple healing rays. That's all we need.
You and
Um,
for us, yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. That was I'm so sorry for this episode. We're all just like, damn, this is some good stuff right here.
Yeah,
There wasn't as much complaining.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we didn't have
there was still a lot of
anything to
complaining we had to deal with.
Not as much complaining.
complain.
Not as
Well,
bad as Suicide Squad, where we were talking over each other the whole time.
Oh god. Yeah.
That's
this is
also
the
like I
first
said. There's
time,
like this is also one less person here too.
That's why I'm also scared to watch Zyder cut.
Snyder
Convention,
you guys.
Because it's just gonna be like
so
shit
much
talking.
fun.
This
So
is
much fun.
This is depressing watching this movie and then realizing where it all goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I know. Like you
It
think
does
that it's
ruin
going to be
that.
fixed. Like we all knew the other
Yeah.
movies were bad when they came out, but then you see this and you're like, oh,
Yeah. I
And
legit
you
thought
don't,
that
you don't
this-
even know yet. You haven't even watched JD4. You'll see. You'll see.
I know Snyder Cut will change all of our minds. But anyways, all right, guys, do your Sutro kind of steel plug.
All
thingy.
right. Yes, of course. You can find James and I at the Sutro Sidetalk channel where we'll talk weekly about games, movies, and
No,
TV
not that,
shows.
not that. Just
Oh,
Cut of
Oh,
Steel.
just Cut of Steel? Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Nobody cares.
Damn. But yeah, no, we do, of course. The main thing is Cut of Steel. It is our DCEU podcast where we talk about each film individually. And of course, you'll find our Wonder Woman chat here. And it's going to be episode 4. It's already out right now. In fact, the time you're probably listening to this commentary right now, you'll have a number. Actually, this will probably already have Snyder Cut will probably be out at this point, and we'll have already talked about that as well. So definitely though, for this, check episode 4 of the Cut of Steel on the Sutro Side Talk channel, which you can also follow on Instagram and Twitter at Sutro Side Talk.
I love how long your plug is. It's so good. It's so informative. I love it. I wish I could do it that well. Check out Danny at Third Planet from theblackHole.com. Did I say it right finally?
Third
No.
Planet News.
It is www.thirdplanet.news, where you can find links to videos where we talk about good movies and all of these other great articles.
Nobody cares about that either. All right,
Yeah, I
guys.
know.
You can go find his website at www.news. www.news. There you go.
If you want to send me hate mail, you can go to www.dannybenson.com, and I will not read any of it.
Oh, you will read all of it.
You'll read all of it. I know you will.
Yeah, you
You're
can't.
just
you
like,
can't
I
resist
want to
that
talk about this
temptation.
all day. Oh boy.
Well, guys, thanks for hanging. And man, good movie. Good movie. Applaud.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Fantastic film.
Too bad it'll never happen again. All right. Well,
let's end this on a high note. Why don't you?
All right. Thanks for hanging, guys.
Thanks for
Later.
having me.
See ya.